Mr. DJ Rose, Vertsie and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. For sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
Good people, it's your boy Season in the building. With me, I got Vertsie and a very special guest. Hasn't been here in a while, but this is family to us, man. TTK, say what's up to the people, man.
What's up, y'all? What's up, man? How y'all been, man? Yeah, what's up, everybody? We taking a break from the normal broadcast to do something different, to do something special. So, you know, we do weekend sports all the time, and right now we about to start the NBA Finals. NFL season's approaching. WNBA season's going on. And Major League Baseball is popping. So my first question at the table for everyone. What do sports mean to y'all?
It's not just entertainment. It's something that it's a communal thing, like around the world. Like, you've been to a football. I'm assuming everybody's been to an NFL game.
I have
No. Everybody's been to you at least been to an NBA game.
I've been to an NBA game before. No, I ain't never been.
So I've been to a football game, Falcons game. I've been to a Hawks game. That was dope. That was pretty dope. Especially the new stadium, State Farm Arena's dope arena. I've been to a Major League Soccer game, FC Atlanta FC when the first season, them niggas won. That was amazing. I've been to overseas games from the local FCK football club, Kaiserslautern, but it's nothing like that experience at live games. I haven't had the pleasure to go to like a D1 football or a Division I basketball game in the NCAA. But sports, I mean, it's literally like a communal thing. Like, you do have people that are not into sports, but I mean, for the most part, I say a lot of the population around the world are sports fans. It's the one thing a lot of people can agree on. It's like, whether it's soccer, cricket, football around the world. So, I mean, it's a communal thing. And you'll have conversations with people you normally wouldn't have over sports. So, I mean, it's not just, you literally have like full conversations breaking down historically, different aspects, and like it's a thing. Like it's an
easy icebreaker for a lot of men. Like, you at work,
yeah,
and you get a new coworker. It's like, and you see someone wearing right now. TTK's wearing a Chicago Bulls skull cap, and you be like, "Yo, you fuck with the Bulls?" And you might say a player from that team. I don't know. I was at work the other day, and somebody had a Falcons hoodie on, and I said, "Yo, man, we're gonna need help this year." So it's an easy thing to have an icebreaker for somebody you don't know necessarily.
That, and also it's like a lot of things, families. Like, I come from a sports family. Like, literally, my 3 uncles. Everybody, it was 3 brothers. Everybody had their own sport. My dad was baseball. My uncle was football. My youngest uncle, he was football, and the middle one was a basketball player. So everybody, literally, they all played their sport, but everybody had their own specialty. So it's like, they had college offers, literally. East Carolina, Jasper, Texas, all the smaller schools. Name a school on the East Coast between Georgia all the way up to like Virginia. Literally had offers.
Your family had them kind of jeans?
Yeah.
Damn, nigga, you should have played. You should have played then, nigga.
That's one of my biggest regrets, though. But I mean, I had my.
You should have had all them.
And then like, let's break out a little bit. Wrestling, track, like that was another thing. It was like, yo, you should have ran track. I had one of my grandmother's friends from church back in the day from New York. He wanted me to play golf, and I was like, in 10th grade, I was not trying to hear that shit. Looking back, I'm like, yo, Big, come on, come on. But I mean, whatever sport you like, it's an icebreaker, and there's a lot of like history behind it. So, sports is not just entertainment; it's also it's just a way of life, man. It's a way of life.
Yeah, for me, man, I mean, first and foremost, it's entertainment. It allows you to break up the monogamy of everyday life. You go to work, you watch your team for 2 3 hours play, and you get your mind off of whatever that happened at work or whatever's going on in your life. It gives you a sense of community because I remember being about also watching the Falcons play at the bar, and it's something about rooting for a team that a whole bunch of good people is rooting for with you, and you don't even know these people personally, and you'll build those quick bonds. Like you be so happy. I remember watching when the Falcons played the Ravens back in the day. It was Monday Night Football, and Matt Ryan drove them down the field. This was Joe Flacco was the quarterback of the Ravens for a last second field goal. And I just remember a whole bunch of grown men hugging each other, dapping each other up, being like, hell yeah. Because it was just that sense of like adrenaline that was going on in that moment. But also, me playing sports, I always felt like sports is so vindictive of life. I feel like there's so many life lessons you can learn from watching sports, but definitely playing sports about adversity, about overcoming, about teamwork, about accountability. We had a whole episode last week about men taking accountability. I feel like when you play sports, it allows you to have to look in the mirror because so many times in sports, at the end of the day, you got to realize I'm not doing my job and I got to improve for my game to get better and more importantly for the team game to get better. So I just feel like it just makes you look at so many different aspects of life and it tells you, hey, you got to work harder to achieve great things. You can't just be lazy. TTK?
Man, it's deep. It's deep. He got thinking. He was like, "What's it mean for me?"
Yeah,
Man?
it's sports is deep. It's deep. It's like it's a bonding aspect of it, as well as it's have like it's for example, if you like a male figure and you don't have a dad in your life, it's an outlet. It's a way to discipline you, the way to have other people keep you accountable. So
Encourage you.
encourage you, like
Because you might not be good at some things in life and you might pick up a basketball and next thing you know, you're like, wow, I found something that I'm talented at.
yeah, like in my life, it changed my life for for certain reasons, and I played like about 2 3 sports, so it kind of helped you, bond with people, make friends, uh, find out people characteristics, see how people really are. So I mean, you can look at sports in different ways, especially like with like well, I can't talk about with as a female aspect, but you could bond with females, with it as well. But sports, I think that's like probably one of the biggest things that in America or probably in the world, just general, because a lot of people were able to get their own family out the out the hood or out of poverty. Uh, I mean, it's a very very changing thing. I think a lot of people depend on sports in life. Some people probably only here just because their favorite basketball team or favorite player is their motivation to just stay here. It's sad to say, but that's life.
That is true, man. I mean, that mama mentality is a real thing, man. I remember there's this dude named Simon Miller on a wrestling podcast, and he's a jack dude. And I know you brought up wrestling. He said that he used to be a skinny kid in high school, and in his 20s he hit the gym and worked out, and now he's big and buff, and he contributed that to one person, and it was Triple H, because he said that he remember seeing Triple H come out on the Raw. I know you remember this TTK after he tore his Achilles. He had them blue jeans on. He was ripped up and cut up and everything, and he said like seeing Triple H that just made him be like, yo, I want to get my body like that. So it can motivate you to do things in your life to better yourself. So what is y'all, because what I'm about to ask now is 3 different aspects to it. What is your favorite sport to watch on TV, your favorite sport to watch live, and your favorite sport to play?
Uh, Favorite sport to play? Basketball. Definitely basketball.
There's a reason why. Is there a reason why?
It was really that first sport I really fell in love with because it was like, I used to watch, did Little League for a little while. Baseball, I say baseball is my first love, but the sport I actually like love passionately that I'll never leave is probably basketball. Like, even if I'm not watching it, even if I was to start watching it today, I still like, I haven't played in probably like 2 years, like solidly played in like 2 years. But it's all the times I'm thinking about. I'm like, yo, be in the house. I'm like, damn, I should get at work or at home, get one of them little hoops and just be,
Yeah,
say that.
Hey man, Kobe said it best, man. Basketball, when there was nothing else, I had the ball.
Then,
and basketball, one of those sports you could just play by yourself.
And then besides that, I like football. I'm realizing I don't love it as much as a lot of people. I'm not as big as fans as I thought I was. And I know a lot of people are bigger fans than I am, especially in my friend group.
So what about like to watch on TV?
And then to watch, I say basketball is easy to it's the easiest one to make a comeback quick. Like real quick is basketball is the most exciting to watch on TV. But when it comes to like live, I honestly like baseball games. Something about it, I love seeing baseball games live. I enjoy it more than on TV, but like it could be a little AAA team, it could be a local team. I guarantee you're gonna enjoy a baseball game.
Yeah, man. I mean, to play football, hands down, is my favorite sport to play. To watch on TV is football again. And I'm gonna throw a curveball, man, because baseball's a very good one. I think baseball is very underrated. When you at a game live, it's different than watching on TV. When you get to go to a professional wrestling event, watching that live is so much different than watching it on TV.
Not to cut you off or take your time, but I will say this: I've been to a lot of good baseball games. The best events, though, like just crowd live, it's nothing like a football game. Soccer, it's nothing like it. Like at all the sporting events I've been to, Braves games was dope. All the Braves games I've been to, NBA game I went to, dope. There's nothing like the energy of a soccer crowd. It's nothing like it. Beating people, just talking, like having a beer. It's crazy, man. It's different, especially overseas. I can speak for the States. It's dope, but overseas especially.
That's how I feel about going to a wrestling event. Going to a wrestling event live, I don't feel like the crowd. I don't feel like if you haven't had the privilege to go to a wrestling event live, it's nothing like it. Being a kid younger, when the crowd used to start chanting, I always thought there was something in the building that said start chanting this. But when you go live, no, it's literally just fans just take it upon themselves to start chanting. And then you get caught into that adrenaline and you start chanting. I remember seeing Roman Reigns in the ring and people said, "Let's go Roman, Roman sucks." And this white dude just started chanting, man, and the next thing you know, after that chant, he was like, "Fuck Roman." And then our whole section started it. And then it grew from my section to the whole arena started chanting it. And it's so different because then that was a pay-per-view, by the way. I then watched the pay-per-view a couple of days later on the little Peacock app for those who got wrestling, and you can't even hear us chanting "fuck Roman," but it was loud as hell because like I said, when you watch a wrestling event, sometimes they'll block certain chants out that they don't like, but when you there live, you get to hear everything that's going on.
Yeah, to watch on TV, I would probably say it's a toss up between football and basketball. Like if it's a close game, it's football hands down. But basketball, it's so many plays that can happen. Like you have like a half court shot. John Morant could be trying to dunk on somebody and miss.
Steph Curry three.
Ain't talking crazy. So it's a toss up. But I'm gonna give football the benefit of that. I'm gonna go with football for watching on TV.
It's nothing like it. Justin Jefferson one-handed catch.
To play, I'm a baseball player, so I gotta go with baseball, man. I gotta go with baseball. I can play every sport. I'm not trying to brag, but
what makes baseball so fun to play for you compared to other sports?
Because you gotta have it's it's not really about skills, it's about like eye coordination and just patience. Like you have to be disciplined. So it's like no matter like you don't like any athlete, you could probably get like someone like LeBron James, and you can put him on the baseball field. He can't do the same thing as a normal player like Mike Trout or Aaron Judge can do. Like you could be big, tall, and you can still not be able to play baseball because you don't have the eye coordination or the skill or
the patience.
It's I don't know. It's a lot that go on with baseball. People really be trying to bag on baseball, but it's really I feel like it's one of the hardest sports to play. But besides that, anyways, what's the next one?
Favorite sport to watch live.
Favorite sport to watch live. I'm gonna go with baseball, man. Like I
on
always
TV or in person? Which one's your preference?
No, on TV, I ain't gonna lie. On TV, baseball boring as hell. Baseball boring as hell. But the reason why it's boring because you only see one. You see on TV, you only see the pitchers and the pitcher and the batter. But when you live, you see the whole environment. You see the outfitters. You see the dugout. So you see the crowd, and the crowd actually be talking and saying stuff. And the outfitters or some people on the team, they might say something back to the crowd.
You know, one aspect that's dope when you're watching live, when a player, for example, let's say an outfielder, a ball gets hit, and you actually see that player track the ball. Like the cameras may not really catch it sometimes when you watch on TV, but when you're there live, you'll see the distance someone actually runs to track a ball in outfield sometimes.
That's true. And also, like, a batter might hit the ball and go foul, and the ball could actually go hit you. Like you could actually get hit by the ball, you could actually go catch it. And then you could probably end up being a top player on SportsCenter.
I think another thing people forget about, like, you see it on TV, you actually forget the actual distance of MLB, the pitcher's mound to the distance. Like, we forget how far the distance. Casual fans forget.
People don't know that distance is actually really closer than they think.
And
I think it's like 90 feet.
Yeah, it's not that far.
And then the angles you see, and then also, like, when I was at the break, I was at a Green Jackets game about 3 weeks ago. I was on the side where the Hickory, forgot the name, but the Hickory, North Carolina, it's a Texas Rangers affiliate. I was actually sitting by the opposing team's dugout. So, like, their pitcher's tent, I'm seeing dude pitch.
Oh, yeah, on the bullpen.
90, like, yeah. Their bullpen, like, their pitchers, like, they're literally, like, lining up pitching. And I'm seeing them. I'm looking at them rather than looking at the game. I'm
saying you looking at different things throughout the whole game. Like, you're not just watching the whole game. You seeing the bullpen. You seeing the people who warming up. You seeing the crowd.
I think two more things is they set that atmosphere up for live events. For example, like I remember, you remember TTK going to the Green Jackets game. Like, we was kids. They had an area like outside of the stands or whatever for us to like throw the ball.
Like for like little kids to just go out there and throw the ball.
And every once in a while, what happens? Somebody will foul the ball in that area. So that was dope because you got a glove, you catch a foul ball.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's no. Well, I'm grown now, but hey, I used to steal so many baseballs at baseball games, man. That's the only reason why I used to play, have baseball to play with. I used to just go to the games, steal the ball, then go back home.
And then another aspect I like, man, I love sitting in the stands, and I love the walk-up music. Because some players' walk-up music be so fire, man. I remember, I think it was a player named Terry in the Green Jackets.
Yeah, I think he had that, Here I Go by Mystical.
Yeah, Here I Go by Mystical. And that jump used to be so fire. And currently, I don't know what baseball player it is, but it's a closer on a team. And they have a guy who comes out and starts playing the trumpet.
Oh yeah, I know. I think on the New York Mets.
Yeah,
I believe.
And it sounds so good because Kevin Garnett was talking about it. He said it gets him so hyped. But that's an aspect. If you go to a live game, you can really hear it and see it.
Also, like during each inning, they doing something like for the fans. Like they'll throw like a t-shirt or something, or do like a little
like the race with the mascots.
The race with the Frozone or something like that. Like,
oh man. Was it you or Tremaine who got in the race with the mascots when we was little?
It was Tremaine, man.
Yeah,
I ain't racing nobody.
Because I remember that. Yeah, because they'll do that. They'll pick people from the crowd, and you'll come and they'll let you interact. So going to a baseball game is very different than watching it on TV. So we all have played sports. What's some of y'all first memories of playing organized sports, any sport?
Shoot. I want to say basketball when I was in Germany. I remember I had a layup during the game, man. We was hyped too because it was a tournament. I scored a layup, man, and it went in. I was still like learning the fundamentals at that time, man. This was like 2000.
So your layup game was better than Angel Reese as a kid?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't let her hear that.
Hey, but I got the rebounds. Hey, shout out to you, baby. You want to fly me out? I'm there. We'll get the
you, baby.
Yeah, you cancel that.
We'll get the sky. We'll get the sky record up. But yeah, it was a layup, and then I want to say, yeah, that was. I would say that I scored a layup in the game, man. It was like third quarter, so I want to say that was it.
You remember how many points you had?
Probably like 6.
And that's a lot for a little league game.
I came off the bench, but I was there when it
mattered.
mattered.
It was 6 man a year, bro.
Came off the bench, but I was there when it mattered.
6 ain't bad off the bench.
I ain't really get to play little league sports like that, man. I know when we did the little baseball thing, my brothers did the baseball thing, I was right at the cutoff age, but I was part of the team though. I had a jersey and everything, and I came to all the practices. I felt like I was part of the team, and every once in a while I would do stuff with them in practice. So I really don't have too many memories of playing little league. My first time actually playing organized sports was like when I played JV football, and we'll get into that a little bit later. What about you, TTK?
My first memory is hitting my first home run in Little League.
Gordon?
In Little League baseball, and I guess it was a big deal. I don't know if nobody ever did it.
Yes, man, it was a big deal. It was in the newspaper the next day.
So
yes,
it
was in the newspaper the next day. And what was it? The next game? What was the dude, Andrew or whatever?
Don't be humble, man.
He hit a home run the next. Right. I think TK hit like 6-7 home runs that season.
Yeah, I was hitting them, man. I was hitting them, man. But yeah, I thought it was a normal thing, man. So I hit the home run, and then soon later, I guess everybody in the league felt like I was a threat.
Bro, it was not normal. Only 2 people in the whole league, I think, hit home runs. Him and one of his teammates. And his teammate was the son of the head coach.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, so outside of playing organized sports, because organized sports is fun in its different way, but it's hard to explain this to people who haven't did both. How is it when you play like backyard football, backyard basketball, backyard baseball?
Hey, you remember the days when we used to go out to the local park and we used to play on grass. Nobody had cleats, nobody had pads. At first we started doing 2-hand touch, and then we started having flags, and then we naturally went to tackle football. And it was like, I remember when we stopped. We had stopped for like a year, then we started it back up. Everybody was out of shape because we had stopped. We were out of high school. We stopped playing sports, and everybody was like, damn, how did we used to do this?
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, man, as you get older, it gets hard to be in shape, man. I know, and I guess I was blessed because I had 2 brothers and we all was basically the same age. And so we used to play everything together. Like, we'd be playing basketball, then we'd turn around and play football. Like, one of us would be the quarterback, all-time quarterback. One person would be receiving, one person would be guarding them. We used to play baseball all the time. Someone be the all-time pitcher, someone be in the outfit, someone be hitting. And that's all we did was just like play sports. And then as we got older, we started playing with our friends, started going to the park, Diamond Lakes, or going to the court on Borken Road. I used to love being able to walk to the court on Borken Road. And then like when Diamond Lakes started having their own basketball court, that was dope too. When me and TTK played in Boy Scouts, it was always fun playing with them white boys. And whenever MGH, me, TTK, and T-Main used to argue on the same team, whether it was football, basketball, against all the white. Man, I'm telling you, man, undefeated, man. We used to kill. But I remember one time we was playing.
Y'all think the bit 3 was unfair.
Yeah, man. we was playing football, 2-in touch. And it was like we was playing around on first down, second down, third down. Now it's 4th and like 25. You know? And TTK, I said, hey man, stop fucking playing, dog. And he dropped back because he was playing quarterback. Threw like a 30-yard pass to, I think it was MGH or T-Main for a touchdown. Broke them white boys' heart, man. Like playing backyard sports is different because organized is cool, but when you playing backyard, it's a little bit more physical. It's a little bit more trash talking. If you ain't used to it, niggas gonna talk that shit now. Be ready.
Yeah, backyard is almost like practice, kind of like you just tuning up your skills. Like I remember playing, like going down lates, with Carl, Vertsie, T-Main, Matthew, and we all just playing, and then we actually went and played like a real team. We all just got more competitive. We all just
naturally. It's like, damn, I ain't know you could play.
Yeah.
It's like, and then it's like, I used to love the moments where I would have like maybe 3 points the whole game. I done made one shot and it was like, you ain't gonna score again. Guess who wins the game?
It's nothing like it.
No, but that's memories. Like
shout out to T-Man.
You just can't lose.
Shout out to T-Man. I always used to piss him off with that shit.
Yeah, I used to get mad so much too, man. I hate losing, man. So it's like we all friends, but like once we on a different team, like all right, bro, I ain't fucking you right now, bro. I can't.
Well, Kate, I said, man, I'm friends with all y'all, but I'm trying to murder y'all niggas. So speaking of that, because you just led into what I was gonna go into, how competitive are you?
You don't realize you're competitive until you have competition. Because it'd be like, it's like, oh, you gonna play basketball, then somebody start talking shit. It's like, oh, nah. It's like, play D. Oh, okay, I got you. And then like, I remember being frustrated sometimes, like when I do a pickup game, I'll be, you go to the court by yourself, and then you run into some people, and they just start booming on you. You just like, hell no. That's when you start playing 4 or 5 games.
Don't let them start talking trash either.
It's like 4 or 5 games, and it's like,
when you be like, man, let me go get my crew, man.
And like,
I used to hate playing basketball and niggas sag off me.
I want y'all to sag off. You don't think I can shoot? All right.
And then it's like, you know what? I can't shoot today. I'm just gonna lay up on you all day. That used to be the thing. Like I'll be like, I can't shoot today. I'm just gonna lay it up.
Hey, TTK, I was backboard king.
Yeah, that's why I just get mad.
Back shot, man.
When he was on my team and he did that shit, I'll be happy. But if I face him, like man, nigga, I gotta make a fucking lay up, nigga.
And then remember the pick and roll. Remember the pick and roll. Remember the infamous move where he used to spin all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, this nigga waited to go play football in football practice. He used the same tactics, push off on you, then spin around and bank shot that shit.
This nigga got done playing basketball as a football player. Man.
I was like, man.
That's why I said, bro, like, you don't got no skills, nigga.
Hey, man, I'm going to rebound. I'm going to play defense. And I'm going to play that bully ball, man. I'm going to get to that Zach Randolph game.
But the funny part is that once you're your team, you're like, yeah, keep doing that shit.
Then you play against him, you like, oh, nah. Double team that nigga.
Yeah.
Double team that nigga.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm very competitive, man. Like, it's actually kind of funny. And when you hear this phrase all the time, I hate to lose more than I love to win because I remember the losses more than I remember the wins. Like, and that's in everything. Like, I remember the night you with me was my house seeds. I beat this nigga like 30 times in a row in dominoes. This nigga beat me one time in dominoes, said, I'm out, I'm gone.
I had to give
And I was like, you can't leave, nigga. You can't leave, nigga.
It's like, nah.
Man.
Like,
I don't know, Carl, you did the right thing.
I had an off night.
You supposed to do that.
I had an off night and I had to run it back.
TTK, me and he used to play Madden all the time. And we used to, like, as we got older, we had to make a deal because I was so much when we was younger, I was so much better at Madden than him.
Come on, man.
And he was so much better at 2K than me.
Stop the cap.
We had to make a deal where it's like, okay, we're going to play a game of Madden, we're going to play a game of 2K. Nigga, I used to beat this nigga so bad.
Man, come on, man.
Talk trash so bad. I used to hit that Shannon shot. Hey, we killing the Patriots. Call the National Guard, call the Air Force, call the Army.
Like that, man.
This nigga used to try to fight me because one thing he don't like, don't talk trash.
Oh, yeah.
Don't talk trash. He don't like that shit. He don't like that shit. But man, yeah.
Keep the same energy. That's my
yeah.
motto. Keep that same energy. When I beat your ass, keep the same energy.
Yeah, I'm very competitive, man. But I love when the game is close. because to me those final moments shows you how good someone is and their character. And like out of the people we used to play with, I used to love TTK being on my team because he was one of the few people we played with. If it was game point, I knew he wanted this ball. Like if we was down, if we was going to 21 and we was 18 and the other team had 20, like he didn't fold under that pressure. He actually liked it. Like he would want to get the ball more. And like that competitive edge, you want to play with people that's competitive too, because they got that same drive you got.
I don't know what pressure is, man. I'll tell you right now, man. I don't know how to spell. I don't know how to spell pressure. I don't know what it is.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
So we was talking about backyard, sports. So let's get more specific into backyard football. So we used to play, football at Diamond Lakes all the time, man. How hard was some of the hits at Diamond Lakes?
There was a lot of hits where you heard cracking and you thought somebody was injured. You know when somebody slowly gets up and then the homeboy got to walk over to him and get him up. And he's like, I'm good. Then let him get some water. That was the problem. Let him get some water. And then the next thing you know, the next 3 plays, he back in the game.
So was you more, and this for everybody at the table, was you more of a Troy Polamalu or more of an Ed Reader? What I mean by that is, was you somebody, I'm trying to go for the ball or I'm trying to clean this person's clock? Like I'm going to let you catch it just so I can clean your clock.
Oh, I was Ed Reed. It depends who it is. But most times I was trying to hit your ass, but I was trying to knock your ass out, man.
I was Sean Taylor Polamalu. So I was Sean Taylor mixed with I was Sean Taylor, but I was trying to get my Polamalu.
That's what I should have said.
I was trying to get my Polamalu moment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to pick it. I want to pick.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna knock your head off.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like Ray Lewis. I used to like playing middle linebacker, getting that middle of the field, and we playing zone and let people catch a little slant or a dig and just put that, pressure to them, man. I used to love that. But on the flip side, I used to love taking hits too. Yeah, like I used to like, hey, just hand me the ball, bro, or throw me a quick little pass or whatever. And I used to love 2, 3, 4, 5 niggas trying to tackle me, man. And especially when we get to a point of the game where I got the ball and I squared with a nigga and I look at him and niggas start making business decisions like, hey, alley-oop, they just move out the way.
Yeah, I seen somebody just run away from you.
Yeah, it was like, damn, he's the nigga too big. I can't. And then I want to say I was more like a fullback, halfback, because I wasn't the main receiver. I played receiver, but it was like I also played running back. But it was like I wasn't the main running back. But it was like, hey, we got 3 yards. Get the ball, Carl. Hey, somehow I got it.
Yeah, no, you was tough, bro. It was hard to bring you down.
Goal line.
I was a goal line.
Nah, I ain't like tackling you. It was hard to bring you down, nigga. You was tough, man. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up our biggest competition at Diamond Lakes. Pee Wee and them Thompson boys. So it's so crazy because, we started first playing them. If y'all remember, Candace, my homegirl, me and C's homegirl, was dating this nigga Pee Wee from Thompson. And I wish she was here because, I hit that nigga on Facebook. He cool as hell. We started playing football with them niggas. And we was at Diamond Lakes. And these niggas brought out like half a Thompson High School football team. And that first game we played, it was Darius, my boy Josh, Quentin was there, I think. Keith was there, you and me. Was C's there for that first game?
I think it was. I think he was.
I think so.
Yeah. And, bruh, after that, it was one play where somebody got hit. More than half the team didn't want the ball no more. Only TTK was playing quarterback. And he was yelling at me, said, yo, you got to get open, bro. These other niggas ain't trying to get open. Like this nigga Dez and Josh was really running with these corners, but they was hugging the corners and they was running.
What is the first game or second game?
The very first game. Hey. Not the one with Matthew. Not the one with Matthew. When he said they headhunted.
Shout out to Matthew, bro. Matthew said, Matthew said, hey, they doing headshots.
Niggas was like, yeah, they was doing bounties. They was doing bounties on niggas.
For conference, second game, for context, second game, Matt, TK threw, a screen pass to MGH. Shark hit that nigga. This nigga MGH rubbed his head, came into the huddle, and said, "Hey, they hit her tonight. They hit her tonight."
He said they're doing headshots out here, man.
Niggas was literally.
At that moment, I already looked at TTK and said, "Oh, he ain't throw the ball that nigga away no more." But in that first game, this nigga TTK was only giving the ball to certain niggas, dog. Because once the other niggas showed they was scared, and I'm over here dying, I'm exhausted, like I'm running around, I'm catching the passes. I got 3-4 niggas tackling me and shit. The biggest play of the game was TTK finally rolled out the pocket because as mobile as he is, he always had this thing where he didn't want to run a lot. So finally he rolled out the pocket. This nigga named Kool-Aid was chasing him. I came the opposite way. I put my arms in a cross and I cleaned that nigga clock. It was so bad that his teammates was like, "God damn." That nigga got up, fell down, and then got to his knees and he had to get off the field, bro. Them games against people used to be physical, dog, man. Y'all got any memories from some of them games?
I remember MCA's coming out, mossing niggas. Straight up, like, just use his height to his advantage, mossing niggas, and then, like, T-Man had a lot of good plays, deep passes, runs. Jason, a lot of good plays. Man, I want to say this. For as much as we play, everybody literally had their moments where niggas shine.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, yo, they had good hits or a good play, ran the ball, something. You know what I mean? It was like, I remember TTK took off one time. He was like, somehow you swap. You was like, I want to say T-Man was a quarterback. TTK was a receiver.
Do that sometimes.
Pulled off. Niggas couldn't stop you, man. He was gone, man.
I don't let this nigga throw a pick. If this nigga threw a pick, he was targeting that nigga. Like he immediately became a tackler, and he was trying to clean whoever picked him off.
Well, we'll go where it said you next.
Yes.
I throw a pick, man. You catch it, hey, you ain't safe.
I really like to get backs though, because it was like, oh, so you stopped me from getting the ball. Like I got one. It was like tic-tac-toe. I got one. He got one. Wait till we get back on defense. I guarantee you, I'm gonna stop it.
But it just shows you the love of the game, though, because no matter how physical the game got, we would dap each other up at the end of the game. It would be all love and shit like that. People was like, it was general respect. And there was games where niggas got hurt. Like, y'all remember when Dale's shoulder popped out of place?
Yeah. Remember I sprained my ankle?
That game.
Oh, yeah, you was. Yeah, it was. I think T-Man was there that game, and it was me, C's, and MGH. And MGH looked at Dale and said, "Oh, you would know if it was popped out of place or broke or something like that."
Then he look. Next thing you know, and then remember
his bones sticking up.
And then remember when I sprained my ankle?
Oh man, yeah.
I literally had to walk all the way up the steps. Then I drove myself to the hospital with the same broken foot.
So talking about hospital though, man. What about when Quentin broke his nose? So it was a play where he got the ball, got tackled for like 1 yard or 2 yards maybe. Somebody pushed him. He stood up and he had his arms to his side, like he spread his arms up, like what's up? He said, "Yo man, what's up?" And the dude and this fat nigga, this 300-pound nigga, stood up and cleaned his clock, hit him dead in his face.
That nigga did the dance with it. That nigga said,
"Yes,
whoa."
He was bobbing and weaving, bro. He was bouncing with that shit, and everybody was just stood there and all like, "What's going on here?"
It was so bad. Even his homeboy was looking like, we all looking at this. We looked at these niggas. These niggas looked at us. We all looked at nobody.
See, what did you do, nigga?
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about it.
This nigga C's got up, didn't say shit, start walking to the car. I got niggas from the opposite team saying, "Yo, what's on your man's?" The way it looked like he was gonna pop the trunk with these niggas.
I wasn't even old enough to have shit on me.
I wasn't there that game.
It looked, and then he got in the car and drove off.
Yo, it said something though. This said.
When I went to college, man, y'all got more rough, man.
This said something though.
The funniest thing was my man Josh, man. I hope you hear this, Josh. He gonna stand around Quentin and say, "Don't cry."
And then that was like, it's like certain times you know not to say shit to people. And that's what they're gonna do. It's like, hey man, don't trip. Don't trip. What do they proceed to do? Trip. It's just like if you got a spider on you. Somebody says, hey, you got a spider on your shoulder. Don't move. What do? You start fucking moving.
You see that spider in you.
So what were some of y'all favorite moments though? Playing Diamond Lakes back in the day. Like 1 or 2 of your favorite moments.
Man.
For me, it was this drive me and TTK had. I think we was down 21-7. And he looked at me, he said, you got to make something happen. His teammate wasn't in this game. And we, for some reason, I can't remember the other people that was playing receiver, but they wasn't doing nothing. So I caught a post route. I caught a big route. Then I caught like a corner route for a touchdown. And then like literally, we got back in the game. And it was like 3 straight passes to go all the way down the field to score. Another moment I enjoyed, we went for a 2. And TTK just gave me a little toss, and I hit the corner and just ran someone over to, get the little 2-point conversion so we could basically take the lead. Those are 2 moments that when we was playing like at Diamond Lakes against Pee Wee and his boys that I remember that I was very hyped for.
I think I got 4. So one was somebody ran a flea flicker, man. Ran it back for a touchdown. Then one was basically the same play, just different. Kickoff. Same game. Kickoff, got it. Niggas ran it back. The blocking, I don't know what it was like. Somebody must have said something when we had the huddle. Niggas just ran their blocks perfectly. Like literally ran the shit down the field. Then 2 plays later, somebody stripped the ball. I forgot who it was. Somebody ended up stripping the ball and the block. Immediately, niggas went from defending to blocking, and it was like just ran it back twice, and we ended up winning that game. And then I want to say I got a big run. Like probably my biggest run was I lined up as the running back because we did a 2-set. We did a fake handoff, and I ran it back. I want to say like maybe half the field. Run it back. So, and then it was like, it was one game where it was both teams was throwing deep passes, man. MGH had one. Josh had one. So, it's a lot of good plays, man.
Yeah. Damn. I need some water. But, there were a whole bunch of key moments playing out there. Like Vertsie said, that one drive when me and him just clicking, like we just was in the zone, and just every single play, I was throwing him the ball. That like a key moment out there. I also, one key moment, I got like a pick 6 for the game, and that was a great moment as well. It just a lot of the moments it goes by so quick. It's just having fun out there, so you just playing, So now I'm talking about it, I think that we need all need to get checked for CTE, man.
Definitely, man.
Hey, man. So, moving on to like basically more organized football. So, we both played football at high school, TTK. What is one of the reasons why you actually went out for the team? And after deciding to go out for the team, how was the trial process to you?
You know the real reason why I went out for the team. Man.
I know. Go on, say it.
All right. So basically, the real reason I wasn't really a big football guy. I didn't really care about football, or organized football like that. I just played football for fun. But I love baseball. Like baseball is my passion. So my mom basically made me play football and threatened me, say if I don't play football, I can't play baseball. So I had to go play football, and I was forced to play football my first year. And that first year was like one of the most bittersweet moments in my sports career. And we probably gonna dive deeper into everything that happened that first year, but that's all I'm gonna say right now. But the main reason why I played football because my mom threaten me, say I can't play baseball if I don't play football. I mean, if I don't play football.
Yeah, man. So for me, I remember basically I decided to play. I wanted to play football in middle school, and I remember I stayed after school for my 8th grade year to try out. But I just remember finding out, like, hearing from other people that basically the coach already had a lot of their picks for who they wanted to play. So I was like, I don't want to waste my time with this shit. So then, like, when I got to high school, I wanted to play, but I was like, oh man, I don't know if it's gonna be the same way. But then, like you said, our mom kind of put that ultimatum of like, well, y'all got to do something to be active and try to lose weight. So I ended up playing because of that. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I thought they was gonna have actually real trials where they cut people. But everybody that went out there was like, remember the times. If you go out to play, my bad, C's. If you go out to play, you gonna make the team. Like, yeah, you gonna make the team long as you come to the practices and you do what you're supposed to do. And so, like, yeah, that's how I first started. But C's, before we really dive into our football in high school, why you didn't play?
Man, that's a question. I've literally got that question over the years, man. It was moving around a lot was a thing because I ain't really like stay somewhere too long till like I want to say 7th, 8th grade. So that would play the major factor. It was like every time you get comfortable, man, you got to pick up and move. And then like, man, honestly, man, I was really focused on my grades, man, because it was like you got so much going on in high school, bro. Like, I will say this, I think as far as discipline, because the coach is gonna make sure you pass in class. Like, even if you ain't got to get straight A's. Matter of fact, you ain't got. It's like they're gonna make sure you pass your classes, man. But I mean, there's a combination of things, life shit happen in life. Probably one of my regrets, man, is not playing though. It's like even if I were to play golf, because it's like it was a time where I was thinking about picking up soccer. I wanted to run track. It was a lot of shit I wanted to do. I just never did it. So yeah, man, life got in the way of grades and other shit, man.
So TTK, I know you and me talk all the time, but let's talk about some of these practices we went through, dog. Remember, so C's, even though you didn't play, we all went to school together. We all went to the same school for those who are listening who might not know. And so C's, you remember that when we first got there to Hepsburg, they had to build a new stadium 2 years later. So I want to say by our junior year, there was a new stadium. So I say that to say this. The old stadium became our practice field. But before they built the new stadium, there was a practice field not too far from, I think, the middle school. And
it was like at the rec.
It was like at the rec, my bad. And it was like a good little walk. Like, I say, what, about close to a mile walk? Like, not,
Probably wasn't that far. It
seemed
like it, but it wasn't that far.
But,
about a mile.
Yeah. But the point is, once we got there, what did we used to call it? We used to call that the concrete, dog. Because there was no grass on that shit, really. That shit was like hard clay.
Hard clay.
And
when it rained,
Georgia clay, east of the A.
Bruh, people used to leave practice, knees scraped up, elbows scraped up, bleeding and stuff. Like, man, practice used to be terrible, bruh. Like, your feet used to be killing you, bruh. This was before they had the days of it's 100 degrees outside, y'all ain't got to practice. Like, our first couple years practicing, nigga, it was 105. We practicing. We over here tackling this shit. We getting hit. We getting beat up. But on JV it was terrible because TTK, we had no coaching. We had Coach Jones for our first year on JV. Nigga, we didn't show up half the time. So we be on the other side of the field just chilling and we didn't know what the fuck we was doing. Then out of nowhere, what would happen? Like, the varsity coach would be like, we need some of y'all to come over here.
Yeah, we was basically crash dummies.
Now, keep in mind, we freshmen and we're going to get seniors and juniors. And one of the seniors, what happened to one of the seniors on that team, TTK?
What happened?
Big James.
What happened?
Nigga went to the NFL.
Oh, I thought.
That's what somebody
I thought y'all about done serious. Right?
Now I'm just saying, you a freshman and you a crash dummy for a future NFL player.
Hey, and this is not no average size dude. This is an offensive lineman built back in the day. In high school, he was built like an offensive lineman. So it's like literally goes to show you the stature and the size of this motherfucker was like 6.
This nigga played like center / power forward for the basketball team. This nigga ran track / cross country. And this nigga was our starting left tackle. This nigga was a big motherfucker, dog. Like, I used to go head up with this nigga in practice sometimes. And I'll come off the ball. I remember I came off the ball one time, TTK. The nigga didn't even get out his stance. I didn't even make the nigga move. The nigga just kind of grabbed me and just moved me about 5 yards against my will. And I was like, yeah, that shit over with, dog.
You just
I was watching, man. I ain't trying to go head up. I try to avoid any contact as possible, man. I ain't gonna lie. Back then, I was soft, man. I'm gonna let y'all know. Back then, I was soft.
So
man, now though.
So y'all used to run Oklahomas?
Oh, man, yeah, man. Those Oklahoma drills, man. So the Oklahoma drills used to suck because you literally laying on your back and you waiting for that whistle to hit and you praying that you can get it faster than the other person and that you get the moment. Because a lot of it comes down to momentum. If you can get up first and get ahead of steam, even though y'all in close quarters, you can win that drill most of the time. You know, so it just depends who you're going against. And that was like a man type of shit, bro, because a lot of those drills, you going against another individual and you going against these people in front of your peers and you not trying to get embarrassed. Like, we used to do shoots. So for those who don't know what shoots is, imagine like something that's like the size of a doghouse. Okay? And it's like a little chute, like a little
like a 4x4.
like a 4x4 chute where you can go in and out of it. You on one side of the chute, someone else on the other side of the chute. They put a plank in there so you can kind of stay in a lane, and your job is to push the other person all the way out on the other side of their chute. And we used to do that all the time. To be honest, the funny part, nigga, starting jobs was decided like this. This how you decide. This how they decided if you got a starting job or not. It wasn't even based on if you knew what you was doing. Just, hey, can you bully this nigga?
Yeah. Like, they'll start practice with that. Like, hey, you were talking shit in class, all right, man. We're going to see you in the shoot.
And niggas would call you out. Like, if you was starting like at a position, niggas would be like, hey, I call C's out. And the next thing you know, the whole team and the coaches would gather around and watch you either kick this nigga ass or you get your ass kicked. And don't let you get your ass kicked, because that's all they're going to talk about all practice and in school the next day. So, like, yeah, it was something serious, man. What's some of the memories that you have with JV, though, TTK?
JV, my first year of JV?
I mean, that first year was like a wash.
That first year, man, I was just trying to hurry and get through it, man. Man, I felt like I was in boot camp that first year. I felt like it was a torture, like jail. And just getting hit, getting bullied. But then the second year, that's when I started loving the game. I started realizing what the whole purpose of everything they were doing. But that second year, I think that was like probably the best year we had, because we actually would start winning, and we actually had like a real team and actually a real coach that was coaching.
Yeah, Coach Lee was the truth, man. Like, he actually organized us, and we actually like did real practices and stuff like that. Yeah, the first year of JV was kind of crazy, because the first year we didn't really practice, so we would just kind of get together and just do random shit. And as we just doing random shit, we get ready for the game. And I think we lost every fucking game except for one. And the one game we didn't lose, it was a tie.
From the first year?
The first year of JV. I don't think we won no games that first year on JV, dog. Like, we was ass, dog.
I don't remember nothing. The only thing I remember in JV is the practice. Practices. That's the only thing I remember.
Right, the only thing I remember JV is Marlon broke his leg.
That was the first year?
Yeah, that was the first year. Marlon broke his leg the first year. Because remember, Coach had to beg him the second year just to play quarterback.
Oh yeah.
And that's why he only played quarterback part time with Joe. And to be honest, it was the coach's fault why he broke his leg the first year. Because they didn't teach us how to block. They didn't teach us how to block. Like, they were just like, hey, just hit this nigga. Like, this nigga in front of you, just hit him. Like, there was no, like, bro, in fact, for those who know anything about offensive line, we was even being taught to block with our hands our freshman year. They were still teaching us the flipper method, where you use your forearm to block niggas. They was even teaching us how to get our hands underneath niggas' pads. I don't know if you remember that, TTK. Like we was literally trying to block niggas just with our forearms.
Like I said, that first year, man, it was a blur. The only thing I remember is them telling us to go run laps. Hey,
get beat up by Ball City. And then what was it? They had like a freshman day. Like who ought to see Hank Arnold at the table? Y'all remember that episode where the fifth graders beat up the fourth graders and dumped them in the trash cans? It was a day like that at practice for us, where basically we was told all day the seniors was going to beat us up. And we got to practice, and we practiced the whole day. And before practice was over, the coaches kind of left early. And the seniors basically, not aggressively to hurt nobody, but they kind of manhandled us. Because I remember, you remember AJ?
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, I remember that nigga grabbed me, threw me on the ground, and body splashed my ass, dog. Like, did anything happen to you?
No.
Oh,
I probably ran.
Yeah, there was a lot of niggas, there was a lot of freshmen that ran.
I told you, man, hey, back then, man, hey, I was staying low key, man.
Yeah.
After basically a situation happened, so this is what happened.
Oh man, you gonna tell it?
Yeah, man,
Okay.
I'm grown now, man.
Okay,
I
go tell it,
man. So basically, one practice, we're doing blocking assignments, and I guess I wasn't doing the blocking right, or I guess they wasn't satisfied with my blocking. So, as a way to let me learn, they got the best, the three or four best
sophomores. They got sophomores.
Best. I don't think it was sophomore. I think it was like seniors.
Because
like it was juniors and seniors.
One of them was like I can't remember his name, but I know he was a sophomore because he was one grade above us.
Man, they were big.
They was a big.
They were big. So like, man, it was like about 4-5. It was like a game.
Yeah, it was a group of niggas.
4-5, and they basically made a circle, and they like, I was in the middle of the circle, and they told them, the coach told them to hit me until
he said whoop his ass.
I'm trying to be PG, man, but basically he told them to keep hitting me until he say stop. So basically he say hit. And all of them just came running to me.
Just booming. And
just hit me. I'm on the ground. And then he told me, get back up. I get back up. I get hit again. And then it was one point, I tried to stay on the ground. I just tried to stay on the ground.
Nigga gave up.
Man. I guess he knew I wasn't dead. So
yeah.
He like, nah, get up. And then basically I got back up, and this was going on for almost like 20 minutes, man. No lie. It was going on for almost 20 minutes. I was getting my ass whooped for 20 minutes. To the point, the reason why it stopped, because I started crying.
Yes. Bro, that shit was like,
once they see me crying,
he started crying. They was like, what? And then the coach was like, is it crying? Yo, it was so crazy, because our mom came up there, had a talk with the coach. And it was Coach Lee, by the way, which is so crazy ironic because going to the next season, the rest of that season, the next season, you became Coach Lee like one of his favorite players.
I love Coach Lee.
Yeah. And I recently saw Coach Lee not so long ago, at Soul Bay. I saw Coach Lee. We talked or whatever. Coach Lee, yeah, he dope. But yeah, that shit was like crazy as hell, man. Like, yeah, now football, if they don't think you tough enough, this is the alternative. We're gonna get you tough by beating your ass.
Yeah, after that day, they just like, hey, just leave that nigga alone. Just leave that nigga alone.
But to your credit, the second season, we get to the second season. Coach Lee's now the head coach. He's not like one of the assistant JV coaches. He's the head coach. We get Coach Johnson. Coach Jones ain't involved with the team no more. Now he got what? He was like the athletic director of the whole football program apparently. So he wasn't even really there at the
I
football
think
practice.
what the whole sports ended.
Yeah, like he was like the athletic director of all the sports teams or whatever. Fucking everybody mama. But anyway,
Trying to.
and trying to fuck some of the girls. If you hear this, Coach Jones, like, hey, respect. I ain't
It's
no
about
problem.
your
with you.
season decision, man.
But anyway, though, man. So like literally, Coach Lee and Coach Johnson, they actually took the time to actually practice with us and develop our skills and teach us how to play and stuff like that. So once we did that, man, our JV was amazing. Like Marlon played quarterback, Joe was the other quarterback. I talked to Speedy. Remember Speedy?
Of course.
I convinced Speedy to play running back. And do you remember Speedy C's? Yeah, Speedy was fast as hell because he used to run track. And I used to be like, yo, bro, you so fast, you need to play football. And that nigga, decided to play football. And he got on the team. And he was like our second running back. Because I think our first running back was it Bernard?
That first year?
No, the second year. I can't remember who the second running back was, but Speedy was the backup running back. But they split enough carries where Speedy still got his touches though. But anyway, like bro, we went with like 7-3, 7-4. Like we made the playoffs and we lost to ARC in the first round, man. Like, hey, we was better than the varsity team. The varsity team was still ass that year.
Like that second season, JV, that what made me realize like when we got the varsity, we were gonna actually be good at varsity.
Oh yeah, because like by the time we got to varsity and started making the playoffs, pretty much all of the players that was on that JV team that was good went to varsity or whatever. And that first year on varsity, man, like we made the playoffs, and that was the first time we made the playoffs since what was it, 2001? Like 2002? Like they said it was been a long time since we made the playoffs at Hepsiburg. In fact, like it was the first time we ever even hosted a playoff game at Hepsiburg. And that was when we had that new stadium. And remember, the whole thing, the theme song that year was We Run This Town. Because that song had dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Like the band was playing that song. They would play that song. Like that was like the theme song that whole year, We Run This Town. And without getting too detailed into the whole season, I do want to TTK. What the fuck do you think happened on that extra point?
Man, I still be because it was still raining.
For those who don't know,
So
we had the game. I think we was tied or was we down one?
no, I think we were down. Was it?
We was down by one. We went for an extra point to tie the game. We didn't have the kicker. Marlon was the holder. Who was the kicker? Bernard. Bernard was the kicker.
No, Bernard wasn't the kicker.
Who was the kicker? We didn't have the white boy yet. We didn't have that nigga from Germany yet. Might have been Blake maybe.
Nah, I think it was Shaq, man.
Shaq was the kicker? Yeah. Shaq was the kicker. And then literally the ball got snapped. And as the ball got snapped, we turned around and the ball hadn't got kicked yet. So we turn around, we see Marlon run into the end zone and get tackled like a yard short. So just for those who listening who might not know, that's what happened. Do you think that was called or was that some shit he just did?
I know. A lot of people had like
Conspiracy theories?
Opinions about it. But I think it was like slip because it was wet. But I mean, you never know. I mean, because I think who was the head coach? Well, Coach Bowen.
Yeah, Coach Bowen.
And he is kind of, he do kind of like try to go for the win. So,
yeah.
But I think it slipped though. I think it slipped.
Wonder what happened?
Well, you know the real.
So you know Marlon played
You
flag
got
football with
academics
us.
or something?
Yeah, man. You know Marlon played flag football with us, right?
Yeah.
I asked Marlon that one day. He said the ball slipped. And he said he was just trying to make some shit happen.
I see it. Because I'm about to say, if we were playing, Marlon would have got that.
Yeah.
So I'm about to say, no way.
Yeah, no, the ball slipped, man. It was a bad snap, and like he was able to get in place, so he was just trying to make some shit happen, and he took off, and yeah, it happened the way it happened, unfortunately, man. Hey, man, we could dive deep into the varsity and like all the pros and cons, but we could do that in another episode. I want to talk about some of the funny moments because people don't understand how when you play team sports, especially organized team sports, there's a lot of funny things that happen. I have two moments. in mind. But do you have any moments, like just funny moments from our varsity years that was just funny to you? And or JV, besides the time you was crying?
Man, it was a lot of funny moments, man. I can't think like on the top of my head because it's so much stuff that happened that whole football, that 4 years of football.
So let me give you a moment there. Remember JV year? And for those who don't know, when you try out for football, at least at most schools,
I know where you're going.
They ask you like what positions you play, and they say quarterbacks line up here, linemen line up here, receivers line up here. So like literally, there was this dude who basically was built like an offensive lineman, but he wasn't fat. He was just more like heavy set, and he lined up with the quarterbacks, Coach Lee, and Coach Lee's a real nigga. Like he gonna give it to you straight ether. He walked up to him, put his hand over that nigga's shoulder. And by the way, Kyle is like, what, Hawaiian? Samoan? Like, kind of like almost white, but he definitely not a nigga. And
I think he's mixed.
Oh, he's mixed? Okay, I thought he was like Hawaiian or something. But he put his hand on that nigga's shoulder and said, and I just want the viewers to know this. We used to throw the ball. Kyle could throw that thing.
Oh, yeah, he could throw.
Yeah, Kyle could throw that thing. And he said he played quarterback in his last school, apparently. That's what he said. And Coach Lee put his hand on the nigga's shoulder and said, son, you'll never be my quarterback. You can play offensive line. That's not a demotion.
Coach had a type, man.
Coach Lee wanted a mobile nigga. First of all,
Coach Lee wanted a Michael Vick, man. There ain't nobody out here no Michael Vick in Augusta, man.
First of all, anybody at this table, how is going from quarterback to offensive line sees? If a nigga said you can't play quarterback, but you can play offensive line, but it's not a demotion, what you talk about?
It's fucking demotion, man. Come on, man. That's like saying you can't play linebacker, but you can play. I don't know, man. What's the defensive?
You can't play corner, but you can play safety.
You can't rap, but you can
produce.
You could be my engineer.
Yeah.
It's a demotion, man.
You can't be my starting point guard, but you come off the bench and be my sixth man.
He ain't even let him snap the ball. He said, "Oh, he
had to become our center." That's what's so funny.
Damn.
He became the starting center. That's what's so funny, dog.
He said, "I'm gonna touch the ball no matter what."
Yes.
Hey, he got his hands on the ball. That's all that matters.
Second moment, man. So we had mini camps in the off season. And Coach Johnson had us in the offseason. The offensive linemen was together. We all working out. We working hard. We blocking. We looking at film. We doing our little summer mini camps. So it's all the offensive linemen. We together. It's you, me, Martin, Cleveland, Jarvis, Jeremy Screen. Shout out to Jeremy Screen. He just had another kid, by the way. So shout out to my boy Jeremy. And so like literally, Coach Johnson is telling us all the pros and cons about what the other coaches are saying about us. He gets to Jarvis and says to Jarvis, yeah, I got coaches saying, don't start Jarvis. He don't work hard enough. Jarvis says to the man, oh, really? Who be saying that? And Coach Johnson says, I can't tell you, dog. So a day or two later, we in practice. We running now. We end every practice with conditioning. Every practice ends with conditioning, whether it's a good practice or bad practice. Jarvis is like starts walking because, nigga, you done practice for 2 hours. Now we doing all this crazy running. Niggas be tired, nigga. Especially them niggas like Jarvis and Eberhard. No disrespect to them. Them niggas was smoking, drinking, doing all. They was years ahead of us. You know, shit that you and me doing now, see, they was doing that shit when they was 16, 17. This nigga Jarvis is walking and stuff, and Coach Johnson is running back to us. We all waiting for Jarvis to come back. He says, I tried to motivate your ass. You a backup for life. A backup for life? Yo, that was some of the most disrespectful shit you can say to a nigga.
Man, Coach Johnson always talking shit, man.
Remember, he used to try to pit you and Jarvis against each other? Bro, they used to be stretching for games. And let's say if TTK was starting this game, Coach Johnson would say, hey, I want you to play good, Don't give me a reason to put Jarvis in. But then we'll go to Jarvis and be like, hey, I want you to get in. As soon as TTK mess up, I'm put you in.
The same thing. Hey, man, whenever somebody mess up, man, be ready. And then it got to a point like, man, I don't want to give a fuck no more, man. I stay on the sideline if I need to.
Yeah.
I just want to win.
Yeah, it did get to a point you didn't care no more, man. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was a terrible thing once we lost Big Coach Johnson, which I saw recently, by the way. Big Coach Johnson, shout out to him. He was a real one, man. He was doing his thing, man. Before we get done, what were some memorable games that we was a part of while we was playing football in high school? You know, start off in the regular season, and if you can't think of none, then move to the postseason. Which we only had 2, by the way.
Of course, it was that the late side game.
The overtime game?
The late side overtime game, that was like one of the biggest
game of the week on TV. We made it.
I think Coach Johnson was on late side at the time, wasn't he?
Yep, he was.
Time, and then we actually went for 2 and won it. But also the other game, you said it can't be a playoff game?
But start off in the regular season, then you can move to postseason.
That one, and I want to say, was it West Side? No, it might have been Josie. It might have been Josie.
We was down 20, and then we won by 20.
No, I was just talking about something that happened on the line.
Oh.
I wasn't talking about the score. I was talking about
you talking about Glen Hills?
Was it Glen Hills?
Talking about when they were saying when there was this black nigga at nose tackle.
Yeah.
And he said he dapped you up, dapped me up, and then looked at Martin, which Martin White, by the way, and said, "Fuck you, cracker."
I was like, damn, bro.
But Martin used to kill me. Martin used to be like, yo, man, hey, help me block my man, dog. Help me block my man. And the coach would be like, man, stop asking for help, nigga. Block your own man. That Josie game to me was memorable because we was down 20 at halftime. Coach Johnson gonna come. He gave us the wildest speech ever.
We were down 20 by Josie?
Yeah, remember? Cause we was down 20. I don't know how we got down 20 by these niggas. Cause them niggas saw it. And if you went to Josie, I hate to tell you, in 2009, 2010, y'all saw it. So anyway, Coach Johnson comes to us and says, y'all let them come in y'all house, open y'all fridge, sit on y'all couch, rape your women.
Hold on, he said rape?
Yes! Because me and Keith was talking about, like, nigga, this is a high school football game. Why is rape involved in this, like, scenario?
Hey, man, we might have a case opened up soon.
He said, man, don't ever say give nothing and take all. Cause y'all giving everything. Y'all ain't taking shit.
Oh, y'all now I remember that. I think he was crying or something.
Yeah, bro. But then we end up beating them niggas by 20 points by just running like half-back sweep with Antoine Davis, which I saw recently, by the way, online. Like, we just ran like a whole bunch of half-back sweeps and we ended up beating them niggas. Another game that's different than the game you said, the Evans game. That game was memorable because Big Coach Johnson's still on that team. Remember, we were facing that running back. I think he had a scholarship offer somewhere.
Yeah.
And they said he was the best running back.
Top running back somewhere?
Yeah, they said he was the best running back in the CSRA. And we played them. And Antoine probably rushed for like over 200 yards. We shut that other running back down. And I just remember telling Big Coach Johnson, damn, man, I thought they had the best running back in the CSRA. Look like we got the best running back today. Like, yeah, that game was memorable because that was one of those games where the offensive line just imposed. We imposed our will, man. Like, for those who love football, I always tell people there's nothing like imposing your will on someone else. And then, like, the last regular season game would be Glen Hills.
Yeah, when I got older, I realized half the coaches were lying. They just be making bullshit up just to hype people up, man. That's what sports is, man. Half the people be lying in sports to motivate their team. They don't believe half the shit they be saying.
You think Deion Sanders be lying to them niggas?
Of course.
Hell yeah. Come on.
Of course.
But yeah, that Glen Hills game, I think you remember the game, TTK Glen Hills. Yo, bro, they had like a skinny defensive line, but they was fast. Like, they like track stars. All we can practice, if you remember TTK, Coach Johnson, big Coach Johnson was gone, kept telling us, oh, they gonna show blitz. When they show blitz, they gonna blitz. When they don't show blitz, they don't. That first half, we gave it like 5-6 sacks. We gave it the most sacks we probably ever given up in a game. Cause we wasn't just letting that quarterback get hit like that. We couldn't run the ball. I remember we got in the locker room. I'm yelling at the offensive line. I'm cussing. I'm looking for Coach Johnson.
You said they gonna do this?
Yeah, bro. I'm looking for Coach Johnson. He too busy because he's the head. He's the defensive coordinator, so he's with the defensive line. You remember Roger Bryant?
Yeah.
His dad is like the assistant offensive line coach. He said, "What's going on? What's going on, Vertsie?" He like, what you need out there? I said, "Yo," and I'm telling him, he said they was gonna do this, and they ain't doing this. I'm pointing all the stuff out, and then he's confused. So he's like, "Man, hey, just hit somebody." This nigga didn't give me no X's and O's strategy. He just gonna look me in the face, just hit somebody. So that's when I got to Cleveland, you, Martin, and I said, fuck that, bro. That's how we're going to do it the rest of the game, bro. Whoever in front of you, when the ball gets snapped, just block them. And the second half, that's all we did, bro. And that was the only game I ever took my helmet off and threw it on the ground, because I remember I did that in the first half, and Coach Bourne said, yo, boy, pick that up. And, yeah, I was like, I was so pissed off that game. I remember I told Coach Johnson after the game, that was probably my worst game ever, because the year before he told me, remember when he broke it down and said, like, going into the senior year, I had a 97, 98% block rate, which was higher than, like, Big Mike and Corey Campbell, who ended up playing at UGA. So, like, that was by far my worst game blocking ever, though, man. So I was so heated that game, man. And thank God we won, bro, because Glen Hills, like, playing Glen Hills was always, I ain't gonna say personal for me. It meant something because we grew up in that area. Like, you know,
feel like we were supposed to go to Glen Hill, so like you never know, the table could have been turned.
Yeah. So it always meant something playing Glen Hill. So I was happy we won that game, man. What about playoffs though? It's only 2 playoff games to talk about.
You already know that playoff.
Well, first of all, I know you didn't play in the game C's. Did you attend any of the playoff games?
Yeah, I want to say, you know which one we talk about?
The home one?
It was so disappointing. Y'all, it was probably, I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't tell me if I'm wrong. That was probably when y'all made it to that game before. It was probably the highlight of your football careers to get that far, because it wasn't in the state. Wouldn't it qualify for a state game?
It was the first round of playoffs.
It was a qualifying game, and I want to say we were 3A back then.
I want to say we were still 3A back then.
So
it was.
What we is now?
I don't know what it is. I ain't kept up with them so long.
I think they went down. I think they might have went down to 2A, but I think they're 3A. I want to say still 3A.
But so what's your thoughts on that game? Whatever order you want to go to, TTK.
That playoff game, man.
Which one?
I'm talking about the second one.
The one on the road?
The one.
Jonesboro.
No, it was Brunswick.
Brunswick, my bad. Brunswick.
Wait.
Jonesboro was the one.
Yeah, Jonesboro was home.
Yeah.
Brunswick, we was on the road, so Brunswick game.
Because it like it's the story behind it. They're talking about how they star player got arrested or something like that. So we should be straight. In the first play of the game, I think Coach Johnson sent an all-out blitz. And I'm on the sideline waiting to get on the game because I'm on offense. And I see them do a flea flicker. He tosses to the ball to the running back, and the running back tosses it back to the I want to say, was it the receiver or quarterback?
Quarterback.
He tossed it back to the quarterback, and me and Vertsie right by each other, and we looking, and we like.
We on the sideline, by the way. We
look like, dang, the quarterback got the ball. I thought he was gonna run the ball. And we look down and we see it was a dude right by us. Not our team. It's the other team, a player, right by us. Wide open. And we look and said, bro, please don't throw the ball. And the quarterback threw the ball and this dude wide open, just like a Hail Mary.
It was a flying, because it was a halfback pass. And when the ball was in the air, it was such a bad pass, that the receiver turned around and basically fair caught it.
Like a fair catch, like he's doing a punt return.
Caught it, then turned around and ran all the way for a touchdown. First play of the game.
First play of the game. I said, man.
Now, as a football fan, you understand how embarrassing it is. First play of the game.
Did it set the tone for the game?
And yes, bro. They came to our locker room before the game. Coach Johnson, Coach Lovett, and I got something to tell y'all. They started running back and started quarterback, got arrested last night.
That's why I said that. I think they be lying.
They in jail.
They be lying, man.
They don't want y'all to know this. So we thinking, we playing against backups. We finna. And bruh, we was already hyped because the bus ride, let me tell you, man, if you ain't never played team sports, that bus ride be lit. Like either you listen to music and you hype, but if you not listen to music, man, sometimes niggas like they beating, they rapping and stuff.
We
like,
ready.
Hey man, it be
We
lit.
ready.
It be lit on the bus rides. We had stopped by Go to Corral. That team fed us. So we ate for free at Go to Corral. Remember that, TTK? We ate for free. So like it was just like kind of like we was excited when we got there. But yeah, that first play, it was like, what the fuck, nigga? And it's like we just could not catch up. Like the offense just could not get going. And to this day, can I tell you what fucks me up? When I read the newspaper, when I saw that Antoine ran for like 250 something yards, I was like, yo, we ran for that many yards?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like he ran for like a lot of yards that game. And it was like, yo, we only probably scored twice all game.
I think that's all we couldn't do was run.
Yeah, we could not throw the ball whatsoever, man. It was that shit was terrible, dog. That shit was terrible, man. And that first playoff game, man, that shit hurt me, man, because
we should have won.
We was better than that team. We was at home. It was nothing like playing in front of the home crowd, like running out in that tunnel and hearing everybody, shout out and everything.
This is against who?
Jonesboro.
Atlanta, ATL.
And shout out to that senior class. Shout out to the class of 09. My nigga D Will, who in Savannah right now. Shout out to the class of 09, man, because a lot of them guys, they set the standard for what it meant to be a rebel. And I say that just saying this. All that bullying shit, they didn't do that. Like, they was very, respectful. They was very cool. Like, a lot of the people that was seniors when we was junior C's and TTK, we was cool with them to the point where, if y'all remember, when we was seniors, we didn't have too many seniors that was bullying people, bro. A lot of our seniors was cool with freshmen and stuff like that. Like, the stuff that you hear from other schools, like, oh, people got bullied, that did not happen in Helsinki during our time period, because that sophomore class, or that senior class right before ours was very cool. And to me, that was probably why I was disappointed that we lost the playoff game, because people like Tony Miller, people like Big Mike, people like Corey Campbell, people like Adrian, I wanted a lot of them people to have the opportunity to win that game. And because even the next year, they came to all the, steroid, they came to all the games and supported us.
Yeah.
And they would be on the sideline, man. So, that's organized football, man. Like, that's high school. What's the difference between tackle football, in your opinion, and flag football?
It's just simply more physical. I feel like I don't feel like you have to do more with tackle, because it's literally a driving force, where it's like flag football, you've seen it, and then now, shout out to the NFL, they're now letting NFL players play in the actual NFL flag football league, which I've seen some great plays, amazing plays, but you're grabbing the flag. I mean, I've seen people do finesse, score when they're not supposed to. And it's like, I saw the flag come off. No, you didn't. The flag's still on there. So, I mean, it's a lot more physical with tackle football. And, I mean, it's a different game. You got people that'll definitely shine at both positions. And it's a certain finesse to flag football, especially those elusive running backs. But it's just a different game, in my opinion.
Did anybody play flag football in college?
Yeah, I played, I want to say, my first year of college.
How was it?
It was different because, like I said, when you go from organized football to flag of course you're gonna feel cocky, like, okay, I already know what I'm doing. But you realize it's a different technique you have to do in flag. Flag is more about technique and more about being more
Agile.
skilled, agile, and also more IQ. So, like, you can't just bully nobody. You can't just use like your strength. You gotta actually use like your hips, your legs, your quickness. So, and it's funny because you can see like people who don't look like they even play football in their life, and they could come out there and bust your ass.
Bro, remember when we so I played flag football at Valdosta, and it was so different because you had to block with your chest, not your hands. You couldn't press. It was like 7-on-7, and they had a tournament. And remember, you, TT Man, and some other people came down for the tournament. MGH, because MGH rode with y'all, you know, for the tournament. And we played Mercer. Remember that?
Yeah.
Them white boys kicked our ass.
I'm not saying you came in there too cocky. You think, like, all right, man, we could beat them, man. We know how to play y'all. We could just march them and stuff like that. Nah, man. They got different plays, man, different formations, man. And then you don't know that the formation is legal. Like, wait a minute, you could do that?
And I think that's what was so crazy to me was, so then when I got an AU, shout out to TJ Mufasa, you know TJ.
Yeah.
It was so crazy because so what happened was he put me on the team. And on the team he put me on, we was able to play like regular football. So you was able to block regularly. You was able to play press coverage. It was 9 versus 9. And it was like, yo, this feels like real football, but it's just flag. So I had, you know, you was in college, going to, not Andrew College at the time, it was what? Millersville? Middle Georgia. And T-Main was in Alabama working. So y'all would come sparingly to, you know, Augusta, and I would have y'all play on the weekends. And it was just different because it was like, okay, cool, this I can fuck with this. But, bruh, that untouchable team?
I mean, it's still different, though, but yeah, that untouchable team, man.
Nigga lost every single game. Shout out to TJ, man. Shout out my boy TJ, nigga.
It's not TJ's fault, man.
It was
TJ.
It wasn't his fault, but the team he put together, let me tell you. So Jason brought me to the team. C's brought up Jason earlier. Jason is like Pacific Islander and black. So he brought me to the team, and he had told me because we was going to AU together. We was in a math class, and he said, yo, bro, all we need is a blocker. We got all this talent. We good. We just got a blocker. So I come to practice. I'm like, and I'm humble. I'm like, yo, bro, you know, I hope I can start, man, da. For some reason, I'm thinking I'm playing with other ex-high school athletes at a minimum. So I get the blocking. TJ tries to get around me. TJ has another nigga try to get around me. And he has a third nigga try to get around me. And basically, probably going half speed on my end. None of the niggas can get close. So TJ says, okay, cool, man. Yeah, he's good, dog. I said, cool. So what, where I'm gonna be at? Oh, you gonna be starting, man? I was like, oh, just like that, nigga. So within 5, like, bro, it's almost like if you ever got an interview with Vector Knives, and they said, yeah, we hiring you on the spot. That's probably not a good sign.
Yeah, it's all a scam.
Like, you remember that TTK, like, the lady, that white lady tried to hire us immediately?
Yeah, my first job, like, dang, bro, my first job?
I must be that good.
You got the job. What you mean?
No, this is a scam. I should have known this team is ass.
Yeah, you got interview right now. Okay.
In fact, we can start you right now.
Yeah. We went inside the room. We see all the people in there. I'm like, damn.
When that one retarded nigga.
What is this one here?
Who's this nigga?
Yeah. The first part is, you know what's so funny? Is that they said one person not made the interview. I said, how come he didn't make it? This nigga ain't here, but
No. Bro, this nigga's retarded.
You know when that office
Just didn't show up.
They say, yeah, these knives cost $75. I say, yeah.
I knew it was a rap, dude. I knew it was a rap. When they said you gotta pay for the first set of knives.
This is why I'm here now, nigga.
I'm here because I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
I can't eat.
Yes, I can't eat. It's like lottery ticket. I can't eat, nigga. But you got the power to change that. Yeah. But so that's how I felt being on Untouchables. Bruh, that quarterback we had, boy, that nigga was sorry, bro. That nigga was probably about me and TTK height. Like, husky nigga could not throw. That arm was dead. Bro, the only good players on that team, and I'm not even gonna count TTK because he wasn't on the team. So me, and that's not to toot my own horn. Me, I was good.
Nigga was a 99 overall on the team.
Jason was good. TJ was good. And shout out, did you say happy birthday to him, by the way?
Who?
Jamie.
Oh, is that why your birthday?
Yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
White, let me tell you, this white boy played baseball, but when I tell you he played receiver, this nigga was like what? Could play. So those were only good niggas on the team. Besides that, the rest of the team was ass, bro. We lost every single game, and it was like, yo. And then we went into like the spring league, and that's when TJ kind of made changes on the team. That's how we got Blake and Blake's brother Nate, and that was when the team finally started winning. What's some of your thoughts on Untouchables, TTK?
I think the first I didn't get there till I want to say what second, third season, something like that.
Yeah, like the second, like you played that first season with us sparingly.
Was it the first season or second?
No, the first season.
I know. I came and played. Like,
no. You played a couple games that first season, but you actually joined the team the second season when we played spring.
Yeah, that I think the first season I played maybe 3 games or 2 games.
And basically, TJ was like, "Yo, both your brothers fire."
Yeah, and I was like, "Bro, this team sucked."
Was that the same? Yeah, that was the same season that Jason had that outburst.
Yeah, that's real funny, man.
Bro, hey, tell the listeners what the outburst was. Like,
So
if you can quote Jason.
Let me see how I quote him exactly. I just know we lost the game. We all, me, you, was TJ in the huddle too?
Yeah, TJ was there too. He was
me, you, Jason was in the huddle, and then Dwayne was in the huddle, and we was talking after the game, and we like just talking about the loss and talking about what we need to do with the team. And then I don't know.
It's like the 10th straight loss, by the way.
I don't know where Jason like, I hate losing. I hate losing. I can't be around losing.
It's contagious.
It's contagious.
He starts sounding like Jarvis Landry. It's contagious, bro.
I'm thinking myself like, bro, I know I ain't a loser, nigga. I know I'm good.
And it wasn't Vince. That's them.
Yeah, that's y'all over there.
Yeah, that shit was despicable, bro.
I'm just watching, man. I'm just watching. I just got on the team, so I can't say nothing. I'm helping my brother out, really.
Yeah. Cause my brother asked me to play, and I'm out here playing, and nigga, I still losing. That's how sorry he was, dog. And then so
he's not my team, so I can't say like, hey, what you need to do.
So we play the spring league. TJ lets me be the offensive coordinator. Blake becomes a quarterback. You, me, and we change offensive line. We get in the kill over hill, and we end up making the playoffs in the spring league and losing to who we lost to in the playoffs. Was it Gladiators?
Yeah, I believe so.
Which Gladiators was like a powerhouse team, by the way. Sees they was a team that they won 2-3 championships in the fall league and the big league called Tarpo, and the spring league was actually their league. It was the league they ran, so we was supposed to lose to them niggas. But after that, man, that's how we formed the NWO Wolfpack. Cause like I remember we got together and we was like, yo, we can form our own team, bro. And I tried to get C's on the team, but this nigga came to like 2 practices.
Okay, 2 practices.
I told the nigga, hey, bro, I was trying to hype the nigga. I said, hey, bro, you can play safety, nigga. You can be Sean Taylor. You can play safety, dog, nigga. And this nigga came to 2 practices.
I just wasn't into it, man. I just wasn't.
He said contract wasn't big enough, man.
I just wasn't into it at that time, man.
Y'all nigga gotta pay me.
I know.
See, he wanted NIL deal before the NIL came out.
He wanted niggas to pay his bills.
We about to take flag football on the road, boys.
He had a vision already.
So like literally, TTK actually the one who convinced me to start my own team. Because he was like, yeah, man, you know a lot about football, bro. You can do a better job. So I started my own team. I told TJ respectfully, like, yeah, man, this what I'm going to do, man. I wish TJ actually was here to kind of break it down more because I told TJ what was up, and he said, I respect you. I said, I ain't going to take none of your players, though. I'm just going to take my brothers, and that's it. Where more than half the niggas tried to follow me, and I was like, nah, yeah, I can't. TJ was supposed to continue his own team, but then he decided to disband it because I guess he couldn't have enough people. I forgot exactly what it was. So that's when I said, well, you can play on my team, dog, and I want you to be the defensive coordinator on my team. He didn't want to take the role at first, but I forgot why he ended up taking the role. I'm so happy he did. Like, I'm going to be honest. When you talk football with people, and I don't really talk X's and O's with a lot of people, I'm going to be honest. Like, TTK, me and him talk X's and O's sometimes, but TJ, and I'm not saying this to stroke this nigga ego, because he don't really have an ego like that. He's one of the smartest football people I know. Like, when I tell you, like, TJ knows what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to defense, like, that nigga knows what the fuck he's talking about. When I used to go to the bookstore, TTK, this nigga, I used to go to the bookstore to buy books for class. And he'd be like, hey, Batista, look at this. And he would show me a whole defensive out sketch of, hey, we playing this team, this is how we gonna stop it. This nigga had a photogenic memory. He would go to the games, watch games of other teams, and know their top 5 plays.
What's that like? Bill Belichick.
Hey, that's how good he was, bro. Do you know what this nigga told me when we fought NWO and he became defensive coordinator? He told me this, and I repeated it to you. If you can get 21 points a game, we gonna win most of our games. And I said, that's all I gotta get is 20. We just got to score 3 times. He said, if you can get 21 points a game, we gonna win most of our games. And am I lying, TTK? We won most of our games with Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Because the defense did not give up 3 touchdowns on a regular basis. Most teams scored twice on us, but most teams didn't score no 24 points on us.
Yeah, we didn't get blown out, but I mean, unless we didn't score, that's the only time.
Exactly.
We got
like
blown
the
out.
times we really lost, like it was like maybe a handful of games where the offense was killer and the defense just was nowhere to be seen. Like that game against Mellow Mushroom, but I don't think TJ was in charge of that game. That was when Vic was in charge of that game. Punisher was probably the only team that TJ sometimes struggled with because they had like a
running back.
Yeah, they had that running back, so their offense was kind of different. But besides that, like, and Stampede because, you know, nigga.
Todd be cheating.
Hey, what that nigga said, Todd cheating again. What you say?
Who said that?
Who said that, man? So, yeah, man. So that was probably the only time right there, man. But, nah, the Wolfpack shit was, like, amazing because we took a lot of niggas from outside of town, like Derek, Marcellus, and, you know, a lot of other people who basically did not even know nothing about that flag football league. And we brought niggas to the league. You know, and that gave us an edge, man, because our first year we went 14-2?
We only lost 2 games? I
Yeah, we only lost.
I feel like 1.
Yeah, we lost like 2, maybe 1 game that first year. Like we like, because I won Coach of the Year, you won MVP. Like that first year was amazing. Like our offense was high. Bro, the first season, our first play in team history was a touchdown. This nigga TTK threw like a 60-yard touchdown to Jesse.
It was a play action.
It was a play action. It was post slant, up and under. That was the play. It was a fly route, a post route, a corner, and a slant with a play action. I remember the play because Jesse ran the slant. The post.
Yeah.
You did a play action to Jason, and we block it. And next thing I see the ball drop in Jesse's hands between the safety, and Jesse was like a fast Mexican dude, Speedy Gonzalez type motherfucker. He caught that pass, sees, cut up the field, bruh, and touchdown. And when I tell you that first season, we had like they was keeping up with the stats. So you can go online to the page of TOEFL. That's what the league was called. We had the number 1 offense and number 1 defense. We get to the playoffs, everybody hurt. This nigga sprained his ankle.
Why you gonna say it like that?
Half the defense is injured. Nigga, we had this nigga Josh playing quarterback. And just for those who listen, Josh, don't worry about who he is in this story. He's a side character in the story. He's just a scrub nigga that we threw in at quarterback because we never thought our starting quarterback would get injured. We didn't even have a backup quarterback. Like, that's how we ended up getting Steve the second year. Because if you remember, I was like, we need a backup quarterback for the games you get injured. And then we ended up getting this old ass nigga that I respect, Mr. Steve. I say this respectfully. Well, Steve did some drugs back in his day. I love Mr.
But he
Steve.
throw the ball though.
Oh, hey, for him to be his age, Steve had all now. Now, could he throw it 20 times in the game? No.
I get you about 10.
No.
I can't do 20. I get about 10.
Hey, the first 10 throws was,
Yeah.
hey, that arm was live.
If it's like 10 yards and lower, we good.
Hey, every once in a while, he get you a good 40-yard pass, but once again, it got to be early in the game. Because once he start getting sore, then them balls come out like flying ducks.
2 cigarettes first when he's smoking 2 cigarettes.
But this nigga Steve used to be smoking cigarettes on the sideline of the game. During the game. There was one game where we beat a team, and I said, hey, Mr. Steve, it's time for you to get in, bro. This nigga smoking a cigarette. He flicks the cigarette and runs on the field. And the nigga in charge of the league says, Lavert, because he used to call me that. Lavert, people are telling me that you got a player that be smoking on the sideline during games. I said, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I walked off.
Like, nigga, we all grown, nigga.
like, nigga, what you talking about? I don't know what you talking about, nigga.
The real long yard.
And let me tell you, even though I was a coach, nigga, I can't tell Mr. Steve, who's 20 years older than me, not to smoke no cigarette.
Yeah. Hey, I think you gotta stop that.
Yeah. But Steve, because Mr. Steve will tell you, oh, okay, I got you. And then do that shit again. That ain't gonna give a fuck, dog. That nigga probably still doing meth, bro. Like,
Me.
it's me, nigga. Like, but hey, I fucked with Mr. Steve, though, bro, because he was very passionate and emotional. I'll never forget that game when he started crying. Like, we lost the game, and I ain't gonna say it was his fault. He didn't play well. And I tried to say this is a team loss. He said, no, I know how this shit go. That's on me. Hey, what did Rose say last week when he said, Jeezy? It's on me, baby. It's on me, baby. That's what Mr. Steve did. He said, it's on me.
And he wrote a suicide post and shit.
But,
man.
hey, we had a Facebook page for the team. This nigga Steve wrote a whole page. Basically, he was like, hey, somebody need to call that nigga, check on him.
Can you do this? Like, bro, it's just flag football.
So, TTK. So, moving on. You didn't want to play quarterback originally, even though that's a position that you're very good at. What made you play quarterback for the team in flag football for Wolfpack?
Nigga, you. What the fuck? What the fuck you talking about? Nigga acting like he don't know what the reason is.
So it was just me? Like,
No. I'm a type of player. I like to do anything that make the team win, like to help the team win. So, like, if I need to be on the line, I'll be on the line. If I need to be on defense, I'll play defense. And if I had to play quarterback, I'll play quarterback.
What were some of the struggles of playing quarterback?
The struggles, it's just you gotta get on the page, get on the right page with everybody. Like, cause every year we didn't have like the same receivers. We had like different receivers every year. So I had to find chemistry. And you gotta think, we all grown, so it's hard to get everybody to come to a practice and click. So, only people I had chemistry with people who I threw the ball with every week.
Derek, Rob,
Ace.
Shout out to Ace,
Marcellus.
Man. Hey, if Ace, you hear this, man, hopefully we can get you on the episode. We can break down this more. Hey, shout out also to Reese. Reese was part of our flag football team. C's interviewed Reese earlier this year.
Yeah, but quarterback, it wasn't hard. Like, with the skills concept, it's just when it's flag, you have a certain time limit. Now you have to worry about if you're blocking, you're gonna block on time, and if everybody's gonna do everything right. So that what made everything a little bit more harder.
And you can't run unless you're being rushed.
Yeah, so
So
I'm
like
saying
if a team
that's
chooses
why,
not to send no pass rushers, granted, you get all day to throw, but you're not allowed to run.
yeah, so that would make the quarterback thing a little bit more difficult. But other than that, when everything was cooking, man, it was very fun, man. It's like once I got in the zone, I love playing quarterback. But I didn't know it also is like when you're a quarterback, you also gotta be the reason why the team lose. So you even if you're not the reason, you still gotta take that.
You gotta fall on the sword. So it's your fault, man. Outside of the playoffs, man, name some memorable games to you, man, and describe them if you can. Outside of the playoffs, because the playoffs is, a whole
I know the
different
one
beast.
game I remember the most is I can't remember the team name. I know they changed their name, but it was I don't know the team name, man. I don't know the team name. But it was the game I was just in the zone, and it's just like no matter what I did, it just everything was just falling. Like every pass I made was complete. No matter on fourth down, third down, whatever I could do a off leg throw, and I knew it was gonna be complete. It's just like the same thing how LeBron said, like when you're in that zone, when you're in that zone. That's how I was in that game.
I know the team you're talking about. They wore green, bro.
What Spartans or something?
Yeah, Spartans.
Oh, Spartans. Okay, Spartans. Yeah, playing them. And I remember the dude on the line like, man, no, I'm not even trying to do that anymore. He just want to.
Seas. So they had some big names on the line. There was one dude who, and not to toot my own horn, he wasn't getting by me like that anyway. But he stopped, like it was like 3rd and 5 or 4th and 5. He literally, when the ball got hyped, he stood there and said, man, he gonna get the, because TTK, I give him credit. If we needed 5, he got 6. If we needed 6, he got 7. If we needed 3, he got 4. And he was getting rid of the ball like quick. Like that was a surgical performance.
Yeah, that was like one of those performances you probably see on SportsCenter and be like, hey, the QBR was 97% or something like that, man. I don't know what was going on with that game, man. I just know I was just trying, like LeBron said, his little clip. I was just trying anything. I was just trying to leg off
I was
the
back
wall.
leg. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. You was very clutch, man. Like we didn't lose too many games that was close, man. Like I definitely remember that game against Punishers that came down to the last second, where Dwayne got a pick in the end zone to save the game, and that was a goal line stand. I remember that game against Nightmare, the regular season game where we had a game-winning drive against them, and you had like a 12-yard run and got pushed out of bounds, and that gave us a 15-yard penalty, and we ended up scoring a touchdown. And then they scored a touchdown, but Marlowe back foot hit the back in the end zone. So they called it away, and there was no time left. But to me, the most memorable game in the regular season had to be against Stampede against Todd's team. The first time we beat them. We was down 13 points, sees, at halftime. Now, this is the nigga who ran the league. Imagine if Roger Goodell had a team in the NFL, was in charge of the refs, coached a team, and played on the team. That's what this nigga was. It was almost impossible to beat this nigga. This nigga would be arguing with the refs, and the refs would throw flags in his favor. Man, we got on the field that second half, and we outscored them in the second half, bro. And so, like, literally, what happened was we got to a point where we went down the field like, 3-4 minutes ago, scored a touchdown, take a 1-point lead. And the pass was TTK threw a comeback route to our best receiver, Derek, at the time. And he climbed this corner that was like Brandon Vernon, who was like, Brandon Vernon was like 6'1", 6'2".
I think he's taller than that.
Man, he was tall, bro, because Derek is 6 feet at least.
I think about like 6'2", 6'3", maybe.
Yeah, but the point is, seeds. Imagine if you lost Rose. Because Derek is tall, but the corner was tall. He climbed that nigga back, went over the nigga's shoulder, caught the ball, and snatched it for the touchdown to give us 1-point lead. But the game ain't over. So now they got the ball. The quarterback for their team, who used to play for our team when we was Untouchables, Blake, threw a pick. Shout out, by the way, if you play in the flag football league, Blake is in our fantasy football league, by the way. He threw a pick. So once the pick got thrown, we get in the huddle. I'm like, we just gotta eat this clock up. It was like 2 minutes ago, maybe 3 minutes ago. We get down to the 1 yard line. The week before, didn't we lose to Rage?
Yeah.
We lost to Rage by a quarterback sneak. Now, y'all might be listening like, why is that special? But at this point in time in flag football, there's not a organized quarterback sneak because they don't really let you run the ball a certain way when you get to the 1 yard line because it's flag football and because of the rules about the pass rushes. So we call a quarterback sneak if the line rushes. So TTK hikes the ball, the lineman come, this nigga just basically throws the ball over the goal line, touchdown. This nigga Todd comes up, they can't do that. That's not legal. Thank God. Now, the reason why I said we lost to Rage, because Eddie, by the way, the nigga hit me up last night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he hit me on Facebook. He said, yo, Vert, what's up? I was like, nigga, I ain't heard from you in like 7 years. Nigga, you alive still? But you ever get a text like that? Series from a nigga you thought might have been dead?
Yeah. Yeah, the blue, you be like,
You be feeling like Fast and Furious, like Michelle Rodriguez come back.
Like Reggie on the shot.
Yeah, like, you believe in ghosts?
or when Han came back.
Yeah, like when I came
Like,
back.
nigga, I thought you was dead.
I thought the nigga Eddie was dead, nigga. Shout out to that nigga Eddie, though, bro. But anyway, though, this nigga TTK straight up snitch.
Last week.
Exactly. Soon as Todd said you can do that, he points at Eddie and said, Eddie did that last week. Eddie started laughing and says, man, yeah, touchdown. And this nigga Todd wanted to argue, but he couldn't. But it was like maybe 40. Now we took an 8-point lead. So now they needed a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. Throw another pick. We took some knees. And it was the first time we beat them niggas, bro. That was like such a vindicating win because we had lost to them 3-4 times in a row, including we had an ugly playoff loss to them, bro. And I'm talking about, when I say ugly, what I mean is everybody made the playoffs in Tarpon for the most part that year. Now, the first year, because we had enough teams, but the year that we lost to them, even the starting teams made it because we didn't have enough teams. We was the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed, and we lost to them niggas, and them niggas was terrible. And that shit broke my heart when we lost. Like, I was sad all summer.
They got no recruiting, got no other niggas.
And that was the sad part, bro, because niggas who ain't play all season could play in the playoffs. So we lost to them niggas. So to come back that following season and beat them regular season, it was like this demon was exercised like, yo, we can finally beat these niggas. These niggas ain't the big bad wolves no more. Like, they're beatable. Yeah, to me, that was the most memorable game, man. So, of course, I got the playoffs, man. What's some of your favorite playoff moments?
Playoffs moments. I like the one with Just League. That was a good one. Of course, Nightmare, the Super Bowl win. Man, it was so many good playoff battles, man. It's so hard to pick. I think Mellow Mushroom we played in the playoff as well.
We did.
Rage, we had great battle with Rage.
Shout out to Eddie and them boys and Hunter.
Man, like that playoffs really make or break you. Like I think that's that playoff what made people really want to play for us. To see our effort and how close we could keep a game, or they could just see like we missing one piece. But
yeah, man, like for me, that to me, my 2 favorite playoff moments, and I'm gonna leave the championship out of it. So, number 1, the game against Mellow Mushroom, because we played a double-hander, if you remember. We played a game earlier that morning, then at noon we played the AFC Championship game. Because this was the year seeds, they had 24 teams in top. Yeah, I know, bro. Like, had he kept the shit going, nigga, we probably could have got 32, nigga. It was big. So we played. Yeah, nigga, 350 per team, nigga, and then you find out that he wasn't paying for the fields or the lights, nigga. That white man was banking. But anyway, if you remember, we played Mellow Mushroom to get to the AFC Championship. That game was so lit because it was such a battle. Because them white boys, and I shout out to Mellow Mushroom. If you eat their pizza, shout out to them. Because they used to always give us discounts, if you played in the league or whatever. So shout out to them. Brent, one of the general managers, he cool as hell. But anyway, bro, there was this play that you threw to Evan, man. Shout out to Evan, man. where we ran
What a scene.
it was the same route. We ran like post, we ran like trips deep. And it was a comeback. So it was three receivers on the side. It was a comeback, it was a seam and a post. And on the opposite side was I think just a fly.
Yes.
And then you had the running back running a flat out. Evan ran the seam. Very rarely sees do we throw the seam. Like this one of those football moments of, for those who love football and you love the X's and O's, when you design a play, there's always one route that just, we're never going to throw you the ball, bro. Like you're running this route really just to draw coverage. And in this format, TTK, we rarely threw the seam. They did an all-out blitz. Evans a white boy, but that white boy can run though. This nigga start running. TTK, the white boy, he like Evans not wide open. He got someone on him, but the nigga's like right on his back. TTK throws the seam perfectly so that Evan's stride never stops. Evan catches it, keeps running. Oh, by the way, we had our own 5-yard line, by the way. So this is like a 95-yard catch and touchdown.
It's not 95, but
it's not
put it to a ball field.
Yeah, it's equivalent. Because the field was like, what, 60, 70 yards?
I say it's like about 60 yards.
Yeah. So it's a 55-yard catch and run. He catches it, scores. That puts us up 2 scores. That's game. Because because that was third down. Had we not got it, we would have had to punt it, and we was only up by like 2 or 3 points. And that, I just remember when that happened, that was pretty much the game. We celebrated. It was our first time going to the Super Bowl, and we was just excited and happy. And it was funny because the team that we had to face in the Super Bowl, 187 was watching the game. They grilling and shit. Them niggas like, let's play right now. But for those who don't know, 187 some niggas. Half them niggas went to Josie and Laney and ARC.
No, they the beast of the beast, man. I get them their props, man.
They dope as hell, bro. I still talk to Pewitt and John sometimes.
Yeah, man.
You know, they was the truth, man. A lot of them niggas, I saw them at Fantasy Road, by the way. Shout out to Fantasy Road. But hey, nah, bro, that was a dope moment, man. That moment right there was like lit. Then my second moment outside of the championship was the game against Justice League. That the championship game before the championship game. So the conference championship game. So the first half, TTK threw the ball to what was that nigga name? He coaching the team now. He coaching like a
KB?
KB. He coaches somewhere in South Carolina for a high school football team. To start that season, to give context, TTK wasn't the starting quarterback. He was actually on the line. KB was the starting quarterback. As the season went on, it was like, yo, KB, you a better receiver than quarterback. Like, we're going to move TTK to quarterback. We're going to move you to receiver. To this day, salute to him because he didn't cause no ruffles. He was like, cool, I ain't got a problem with that. So he went to receiver. But when I tell you he was a beast at receiver, this is a beast at receiver. This is a nigga that's a beast. He played at Burke County football with TJ, so he was a legit receiver. Bruh, TTK threw a post route. This nigga caught the post route for 20 yards. The safety, for some reason, hit him. It's like a ping ball. He hit him, bounced off, and just kept running.
I thought it was a spin-off. Like
he hit him, but he kind of spun when he hit him. Like you just see the contact.
I don't know, the way it did was just like one motion, man. It was just so smooth. I think it was like right at halftime?
Yeah, right at half, because we was already up by like 7, and right at halftime, and it was like basically when he scored, there was no time left on the clock.
And we needed that. And then so like literally the second half, they did like some kind of halfback pass. They got them to like the 10-yard line, and then they ended up scoring a touchdown. And then now it's like, yo, I think we might have scored one more time in the second half, but then it was driving down the field. It was only down by 5 or 6. Yo, these niggas had a toss, a halfback toss for a touchdown to what's his name, Ron? Oh, that was Justice League. I thought it was the other team.
No, it was Justice League because we played Nightmare in the championship.
No, it's the The other team.
Oh no, my bad. The halfback toss wasn't Justice League. Justice League just they did a fade to get back in the game. And then they was driving down the field.
Yeah, they did a fade with Mike.
Yeah. And they was driving down the field and they did a halfback toss to what's the name? Ron, the running back.
Rod.
Yeah, Rod. And so they scored like a 15, 20-yard touchdown, but the ref called a holding, so then they got pulled back. And then they threw like 2 passes, got to like 10, maybe 12 yards away from the end zone. They threw a corner, they threw a comeback route. Who was guarding Mike? It wasn't Reese, was it?
But I think it was Travis.
Travis. Boy, when I
think
tell
that was your first game too.
Thank God the quarterback threw the ball short. And then we won the game. Like, it was literally like, it was there for him, but the ball was just thrown short. It was there for him. Like, I'm not saying he would have scored because Travis was in the area, but he wasn't shutting it down completely. Like, had the ball been a perfect throw, he could have caught it, and had he turned and just stuck his arm out, he could have possibly scored. But when he threw the ball hit the ground. And when we scored, man, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. It was like, it was exhilarating, and it was like, we going to the championship against Nightmare now, man. A team that you could say was probably one of our biggest rivals in flag football, Nightmare.
Definitely one of our biggest rivals. I think that Super Bowl made them break up.
So we almost going to wrap up this flag football section. What's your thoughts on that Super Bowl? Break that Super Bowl down from your perspective, man. Because and before you go into it, we faced Nightmare, who had the league MVP, Mike. They was the highest scoring offense that year because they were scoring about 35 points a game. What's your thoughts on that Super Bowl?
I mean, I came in. I feel like we were gonna win the Super Bowl, but also I knew their offense was very like high power, and I know we lost the first time we went to Super Bowl. We lost, so I like my whole mindset was like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I got to win this Super Bowl, man. I know this is our only chance. I feel like it was our only chance. I feel like if we didn't win the Super Bowl, we was probably never gonna win the Super Bowl. So I just made sure, like, I wanted to play defense that whole game, and I just wanted to make sure everybody was on point on offense.
So how did you prepare for that game all week?
I think I sent like a post. I made a post, for practice. Of course, some people they come, some people don't come, and I basically know how I am. Like, really, I like, hey, you don't come, man, don't expect to get the ball.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that nigga should really be like that. If you didn't come to the practice, you could tell you came to the practice because there would be receivers people thought was sorry. Why he got 5 catches in the first quarter?
Yeah, I'll make anybody look good if you don't got nothing, don't come. And they be like, dang, but he could do this.
In fact, I'm pretty sure, Steve, you didn't call a pass from TTK before. Like, the pass is hurt.
They don't
hurt. Like
they're like where they're supposed to be. Your hands better be where they're supposed to be. Put it like that.
Yeah, you don't put your hands where it's supposed to be. It'll hurt. It hit your face on.
Because there's been times where it's literally like he's like on the dot. It's like if I had sped up a little bit when I seen the ball flying. I hate when I have my hands out and it's like you just see the ball go hit the ground. He's like, damn, you was open, wide open space.
Oh, they accurate now. They accurate. They like missiles. Yeah, me and TJ prepared all week, bro. All we did was it was like a chess match. We would break down, hey man, if I do this, what you gonna do on offense? And he would give me different defenses, and I would give him different offensive plays of how I would beat that. It's 3rd and 5. I'm running zone cover 2. It's third and 6. I'm running cover 3. It's 4th and 2. I'm running man, and then vice versa. I'd be like, okay, we got trips on this side. How you gonna guard this? Like we was all week long from Monday to Saturday. All we did was break stuff down, and I had studied Nightmare's defense for the entire week, and he had studied Nightmare's offense for the entire week. And one thing I had told him was, we was talking. I said, "Yo, I think Mike liked to roll out to his right a lot." I think that's what I said to him. And so, like, he literally structured the whole defense to force him to roll out left, if you remember TTK.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the beautiful thing about working with TJ is it was iron sharpening iron. Like we both was helping each other. And that's how we kind of prepared for it all week long, man. As far as the game, man, I just remember that first drive, we had Tyler. Shout out to Tyler, man. You know, our young nigga that was on the team at the time, man. We got down to 4th down seas. It was 4th and like 5. And we could have kicked the field goal. But, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're the coach, you just got, it's a gut feeling. It's like, I felt like we was going to need to score touchdowns. And I just remember at the beginning of the game, they gave us extra time in the game. They was like, we're going to make the quarters longer. And Mike had said, we probably going to be able to score 50 this game. So I said, and a lot of times, I'm going to be honest, TTK would tell, I would look at TTK and be like, yo, I'm thinking about going for it on 4th down. I probably wouldn't say it like that, but basically I would kind of give him a look. And if he was confident, we going for it. But if for some reason I didn't feel like he was confident, then we wouldn't. So we went for it on 4th down. It was 4th and like 5 or 6 from goal line. And he hiked the ball and he threw this perfect dime. And let me tell you, man, people don't understand this. When you play sports, when you on the field, sometimes stuff is happening faster than what you're seeing sees. But then it's the opposite too. Sometimes stuff is happening in slow motion, dog. And when he threw that pass, it felt like that ball was leaving slowly, and it felt like time had stopped, and Tyler just caught the ball in the middle of 2 safeties and just caught it. Like, it felt like so slow to me. Like, as I'm blocking my man, it felt like it took forever for him to catch the ball and both his feet hit the ground. When he scored that touchdown, I was like, boom.
Yeah, I was just hoping he would end. That's the only thing I was hoping for. But I looked, and I was like, man, please be in. I seen him caught it, and then, you know, they gave the touchdown sign. I was like, okay, thank God.
And this is the greatness of TTK. He did that, and then he had to go on defense and play rusher with defensive end. And he was chasing the quarterback as he was playing quarterback. He was doing both. And so, like, the defense was, like, shutting them out. We had scored another touchdown. Who got the other touchdown for us? It was it Ace?
It might be Marcellus.
I think it was either Ace or Marcellus.
Caleb.
No, Caleb got the last touchdown.
Oh, that last touchdown.
Yeah, the next touchdown, I think.
Was it Ace?
I think it might have been Ace on like a slant or something or some kind of route. I think we might have been trip slant or something. But we got another touchdown, so now we up. And in the second half, for some reason, we just couldn't score like that. And I don't know why. We would have these first halves where we would just, we would be good. Because, and TTK would tell you, I don't want to shit on myself. I was kind of like Kyle Shanahan in the sense of that's I would have a script. Them first 15, 20 plays, and TK would tell you, I would tell him these going to be the first 15 plays of the game. And we was good them first plays of the game. But then next thing you know, that second half, bruh, the offense just wouldn't be as smooth, man, because sometimes with my play calling, I just wouldn't be feeling it like I did the first half. So, like, that second half, man, we were struggling. And so, like, literally, but the defense kept us in it. But they, you know, you can't keep a great offense down. Because them niggas had a nigga named Tony who was on our team at one point in time. Tony's, like, fast as hell, can catch. Like, Tony was the nigga who would catch a 5-yard pass and go 40 yards.
Basically like Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Then they had a nigga named, was it Marlo? It was something beginning with M.
No, Mario. No,
Mario. Nigga, this nigga 6'2", 6'3". And Mossing niggas, bruh. Mossing niggas. You know? And, bruh, this is a quarterback, Mike.
Basically like Calvin Johnson.
Just throwing the ball up. Don't give a fuck. Like Mike make all the throws. You teach your defensive backs. Oh, don't worry. You got to guard that. Why I ain't got to guard that? Because the quarterback's never going to throw that. And Mike's like, no, I'm Brett Favre, nigga. Fuck that shit. And he'll make a throw. Like, he'll be on the opposite side of the field. Throw it to the opposite side of the field with his eyes closed, not giving a fuck. And you like, yo, I didn't think he was going to throw it, nigga. I laid off.
Yeah, like, somebody down there. Throw it up.
Fuck it. What's that Pat Mahomes mean? Fuck it. Tyreek down there. Like, that's how literally how that nigga Mike was. And Mario could march and get niggas, man. So, like, literally, they ended up coming back on us. They took the lead in the fourth quarter like 2 minutes ago. And I remember we got in the huddle, and I'm trying to think what we need to call. So I said, first play, let's do a screen. So we did the screen the first play. It got like a first down because they were sagging off because we had threw the ball deep that game. So the second play, I didn't call a screen. I called something else. And TTK was like, nah, bro, let's call the screen again. So we called the screen again, which is something like, once again, like I said, how my play calling is, sometimes I think too much. I'm too meta with my play calling where it's like, I don't want to call the same thing 2 times in a row, even if it worked the first time. So TTK, no, fuck that, bro. Call the screen again. So we called the screen again. That shit broke. Ace caught that bitch. And this nigga Ace, and for those who don't know, Ace is the older brother of Marlon. Ace took it all the way down to like the 2-1 yard line. I think his hamstring caught him or something like that.
It was funny when it happened. Cause I was like, when he did it, I thought he was playing around. Like, what the fuck he doing?
We all thought he was playing around.
But then I was like, oh, then he got to tweet something. I guess something happened. Because he should have scored.
Yeah, he should have scored. So now it's like 30 or 40 seconds to go, and we called a 32 dive, which is right behind me. And I tell Caleb, nigga, hey, get this ball in the end zone, dog. So we call the play. TTK hands it to him, and I'm blocking. And then I fall on the ground in the end zone. Caleb's on the ground too. I'm not even looking at nothing the ref's doing. I look at his hips. I see both flags still on his hips. So I start saying we scored. I stand up. It's a touchdown. The ref says touchdown. We start celebrating. TTK, y'all get on the field, man, and close it out. I closed it out first.
So basically, who said something? Was it TJ or I know somebody said, "Hey man, don't let them score." Oh, no, I think it was Jason. It might have been Jason. I think it was Jason. And basically, I was just like, "Hey man, I'm getting in the drive, man." And basically, I think was it the first or second down? I remember I rushed. Me and Chris. Shout out to Chris. Me and Chris, we rushed and got back there. Got pressure on Mike, which I really feel like I sacked him, but I
we'll take it. A win is a win.
A win is a win. But anyway, I got there, put a flag, but he just threw it up. As soon as he threw it up, that went dead.
Oh man, this nigga had some of the worst hands on the team. But like it was crazy, C's, because he'll make some of the worst plays on the team, but then he'll make some of the most spectacular plays because what was it, 2 years ago? He had a game-winning touchdown every season.
Yeah, that game-winning
against Land Sharks.
Yeah.
You know, so we went to school with Dez. I don't know if you remember Dez. Dez, what's his last name? Ward. He was a sophomore when we was juniors. But anyway,
he was on the football team too.
Yeah, he was on the football team too. So he caught the interception on the sideline, and his toes literally tapped the ground. He hit a spin. And like literally one of the refs said that was in, he was in. And we got on the field, yo, bro, these last 10 seconds was hilarious. So all we gotta do is take a knee. Somebody says to me, yo, let Mr. Steve do it. Because Mr. Steve had been on the team for a long time. He had been a loyal backup. Mr. Steve is anything we needed Mr. Steve to do, Mr. Steve would do. Mr. Steve is like almost 50 years old at the time, maybe 40-something years old at the time.
He probably about almost 50.
And if I told Mr. Steve, hey, go on the offensive line and block, he would do that shit. Like Mr. Steve was loyal. Like this nigga Steve had a mohawk, came to the game with a mohawk and painted it pink and black.
I think one time he was in the parking lot playing NWO
yes,
song.
He was in the parking lot playing the Wolfpack NWO theme song. Don't nobody mess with the Wolfpack. Like it was,
I said, all right, now man, ain't that serious, man.
Like that. Hey, Mr. Steve was a loyal motherfucker. So anyway, to show my respect to him, I told Mr. Steve, come in the game, take a knee. This nigga, Mr. Steve, snaps the ball, starts smiling, starts running back. Now the defensive line is chasing him, and we think he's finna throw the ball. And we like, if this nigga throws the ball and it gets picked up, bruh, this nigga falls on the ground. The other two white players on the team, Mr. Richard, who's basically the same age as Mr. Steve, and Evan, who's basically our age, was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We was gonna get back there and tackle him. And Richard said, yo, I was gonna kill that motherfucker.
The whole team about jump Steve and he did that shit. Man.
Yo, if that nigga, if he would have lost the game, Mr. Steve wouldn't be lying no more. Because he would have killed himself.
Oh, yeah, that post that he made was really came true.
Yes. Like, that's how emotional he was. But when we won the game, when the final seconds ticked off and it was time to shake hands, we shaking their hand. Mr. Steele was got to fight with the quarterback on the other team. But we were so happy to win, bro. Let me tell you, man, it was euphoric, bro. Because I'm gonna say this right here, truthfully, everybody say this, but they lying. My career would not have been complete if we didn't win.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. Like since we won, I feel like I had closure. But if we didn't win, man, it felt like, man, the whole flag football journey, man, it wouldn't even been worth it.
Especially because our second year in the league, we lost the championship to 187, and that was just like, that hurt a lot to lose that championship, and that was even the worst playoff loss. The worst playoff loss probably was against either the Titans or Stampede. But to win that championship and to win it the way we won it, man, that made everything worth it right there to me, man. So like that championship was dope, man. And it was so happy when we finally got the trophy. When Ty gave me the trophy at Mellow Mushrooms, and we had that cookout at Diamond Lakes, and I was able to present the trophy to the team. That was a lit moment, man. So before we get to the closing, TTK, what are some awards that you won while we played that you are proud that you won, and why?
Of course.
Granted, you like a 4-time Offensive Player of the Year and like a 3-time MVP.
It's a lot of awards. Of course, the MVPs.
Is there one that stand out to you? And a Super Bowl MVP, by the way.
One that stand out to me. I was at the first season. The first season when I got an Offensive Player Award, award. Because I feel like that was like my best offensive game I ever had throughout my flag football career. It felt like I was just completing everything. I didn't win defense. Did I win defense?
Nah, you didn't win defense.
That's the one award. That's the one award I feel like I should have won. That I wanted to win, but I didn't win defense. But other than that offensive player award, the first year, probably my best one. I like, of course, the MVPs because I felt like winning MVP. That means the team actually really felt like I was like a key part of the team. So it made me feel like I'm actually doing a good job or actually an important person on the team. But
yeah, man, outside of winning the championship, because being the coach of a team, winning a championship is the ultimate thing you can do. But Todd had a thing where he did Coach of the Year. I won Coach of the Year twice. The first year I won Coach of the Year was amazing because I'm a rookie coach, and I won it unanimously. So I was very proud for my team to come in the league our first year, and all the other coaches pretty much vote my team unanimously Coach of the Year. It made me feel very special because I ain't gonna lie, man. TTK would tell you, man, as the team progressed, my personality changed. I was very hard-nosed. I was very hard on the team. We would have 2-3 practices a week, man. And I put a lot of work in to make sure the team was as good as it was. That MVP, man, so TTK was talking about the first year, how he won Offensive Player of the Year. The only reason why he didn't win MVP is because I got MVP. And it surprised me to win it just because all I did was block.
Yeah, I feel like I snubbed that first year.
But
you deserved it, though.
But and I'll say this, though, man. Like, talking to the people who voted for me for MVP, TJ, TTK, and Jason, but especially Jason and TJ, they was like, the reason why they voted for me, man, there was just a lot of plays on the offensive line that I made where they felt like everything on the offense started and ended with me. There was a play where we ran a halfback toss, and they saw me block my man, the defensive end, but I pancaked him, and I went to the second level, and Jason's running the ball from a halfback toss, and the safety comes in my way, and I push the safety out of bounds, and Jason scored a touchdown. That first year, I ain't gonna lie, I was physically probably at my peak because I was going to the gym, I was working out. Physically, I had the ability to move the way I wanted to move, and I was able to do a lot of stuff like that. Even pass blocking, I was blocking 2 people at one on one play sometimes. So, like, yeah, I felt very proud because I think you was nominated for MVP, Jason was nominated for MVP, and I think Tyrone might have been our MVP because Tyrone had an amazing season on defense. But we had that first year. It was a lot of great players. Um, what's some of the best players that you played with in high school, TTK, and Seeds from your perspective, just from the backyard football and little league? What's some of the best people you played with, and why was they so great in your opinion? Like, why do you remember their greatness?
TTK, somebody that was able to play both sides of the ball, not just as a quarterback, but as a receiver too. I think Jason was probably just the most athletic person. Just to be honest, like straight up, like natural. I just feel like he was probably one of the most athletic. Um, I mean, honestly, a lot of people we spoke about today had their little things that was good on. You know what I mean? Like some people were really good at defense. Some people were good at multiple things, and so I mean those. I stick with those two.
What about you, TTK? Like, what's some of the best players you played in high school?
High school and football, man. Of course, on the line with you, uh, but on the team just in general, man, we had like some dogs, man. I think Gary, of course, man, he was like probably one of the best receivers I've seen, and probably maybe I probably say top three, top five, at least top five for sure in Hesselberg history, in my opinion. Bobby, man, I felt like he was real good. Like he always looked intimidating. When you seen him with net brace and stuff, and then when you get hit for him, get hit by him, see how hard he tried to go. CO, man, I feel like he could have played both sides if he really wanted to, but as a safety though, man, anytime when he was back there at safety, I always feel like we're gonna be good on defense. With baseball, man, baseball is different. Like Tony Miller, he was great.
Shout out to Tony.
Tony. Matter of fact, he was great in baseball and football. Marlon, shout out my boy Marlon, man. He was good outfield. We had our moments on the field as well.
But Marlon was a great football player too.
No, I'm talking about the other Marlon.
Oh, Skinny Marlon.
Yeah, Skinny Marlon.
The one that made Brittany.
Yeah. But with the flag football, of course, you got my boy Chris. Man, Chris was a beast, man. Chris, I feel like he could play tight end and he could rush. Man.
Yeah, Chris was dominant.
That's probably like one of the best decisions I made recruiting.
Yeah, that was definitely clutch.
Of course, like what Carl said, Jason, he was crazy athletic as well. Jesse was fast. Ace was fast. He was athletic. Derek, man.
Probably the best receiver we ever had.
Derek probably definitely was the best receiver we had on NWO, man. Also, shout out to Bill. Bill was also good as well, man.
Man, Tyrone was scary.
And
I would have loved to see more from Mickey.
Mickey, I know, it's like so many people, man. It's so many people.
Yeah, now flag football is hard because I felt like the whole team was talented. Like in high school, man, Marlon Jones, man, like people just don't understand how
he was slept on, man. Because
Marlon played quarterback, played receiver, played cornerback, and he was great at all the positions. Marlon was probably, and I'm be honest, Marlon probably was the best quarterback I ever played with in high school. Yeah. And that's no disrespect to none of the other quarterbacks he played with.
But he had confidence. When he back there, you just had a confidence like we gonna win.
Yeah, like Marlon just made you feel like we was in every game and we could do whatever we need to do in the games, man. So yeah, Marlon was just that good, that guy at quarterback. But then when he played at corner, I didn't even know he was that good at corner. Like he was starting at corner and shutting down number one receivers, man. Like Marlon was just, people don't understand how talented he is. And then also, man, I had AP. I walked in the AP math class with Marlon, and but as jovial as Marlon is, people don't understand. Marlon was an intelligent brother. Like that's somebody who he's intelligent. Like as much as he likes to laugh and joke, now he's a smart brother, man. So shout out to him. You said CO, man. CO is like such a humble motherfucker that sometimes you can overlook how talented he is. Because CO is maybe 6'3", 6'4"?
Something like that.
You know, but he ain't that big though. Like he's a skinny motherfucker, and for him to come play tight end and get on the line with the big boys and block defensive ends and outside linebackers, man, and he wasn't bullshitting now. Now was he great at blocking them niggas? Nah, but did he put his heart into it? Yeah. And then, but at safety though, man, CO was different at safety, man. He was the man. Antoine Neighbors, man, was so talented, man. Antoine, people don't understand how special Antoine was. Like if Antoine didn't have some of that other shit going on in his life, like Antoine was one of those running backs. Him and Speedy was the only running backs I ever blocked for. Where I felt like if I could just give them a crease,
yeah, you already knew they gonna take it, man.
They was gonna take it to the house, man.
Yeah, you might be an AP.
Exactly. Every time I think of Antoine, I think of Adrian Peterson, man, because Antoine was really that special, man. I'm surprised he didn't play college ball. He was that good, and he had the size. Like he wasn't no small running back. He was kind of a bigger dude with the speed and everything. But I'm gonna end off with this. I'm gonna end off with these two people. With three people. Big Mike. I thought Big Mike was amazing, offensive line, defensive line wise. Kwame was he was different on that defensive line. Like he was the only defensive lineman that had all the offensive linemen scared. Like nobody wanted to block him. And you said this guy named earlier, man. Man, shout out to motherfucking Gary Robinson, dog. Like people like it's hard to explain how good Gary was. Like Gary was like just a consistent player. Like anything you needed him to do at receiver, he could do. He could do short routes, deep routes, intermediate. His route running was great. He had clutch catches for us on third down, fourth down. He would come up with plays. We do a toss to the side of the field. He's blocking the receiver. And remember how you and me used to go to dominate the bullshit? We would see Gary out there with his dad training. Like Gary really was that dude, man. Like Gary really was that dude, man. So yeah, man, those are probably some of the best players I ever played with, man.
I'm about to say, if y'all don't believe us, man, y'all can just type their name in YouTube and see their highlight tape.
Man, Gary had his own highlight tape, man. His dad made his own highlight tape.
Had a highlight tape. A couple people we said got highlight tape on YouTube.
And they tapes is dope, man. In flag football, everybody. Because it's just too many people. Because bro, we didn't even talk about T-Man. Like, if you ask me I can go position. Best corner I ever played with in flag football, T-Man. Yeah. Like, he was shot.
That's our other brother.
Yeah, that's our other brother.
We ain't talk about him, but because he is so good that he in his own category.
Bruh, he was so good, he would make receivers disappear. Bruh, there was a receiver, Brandon, who was like 6'4", 6'5". Big dude, used to moss niggas. T-Man used to guard him and take him out of games. Like somehow he was able to fuck with him when it comes to the jump ball. And T-Man ain't nothing but like what, 5'6"? Like he our height. And this nigga Brandon is like 6'4", 6'3". Mossing niggas who 6'1". So yeah, T-Man was different. Tyrone was special, but Derek was at receiver. Derek was just something different, man. Like with Derek reminded me of Julio. Would he drop a 5-yard slant? Maybe. But on that fourth down, when you need that post, when you need that curl, man, that nigga ain't never miss. That nigga ain't never miss. That nigga ain't never miss, man. You talked about Chris. Jason, I could talk about Jason, man. I could talk about Lowe at running back. Lowe was amazing at running back. Man, I'm going to talk about these three players. Evan, Mr. Richard, for them to be two white men, you look at them and you don't think they're athletic, you don't think they can play. Yo, Evan won MVP for us, and he deserved it because he played every position that year for us.
Evan was a steal, man.
And Mr. Richard played linebacker, and when I tell you, he's the best flag puller. I'm not exaggerating. The best flag puller I ever saw.
In the league.
You know? And then...
And not only that, man, Mr. Richard was like 50, about around, what, 50 something?
Yeah, he was like 40-something.
40-something?
Yeah, 46.
40-something, man.
And then if I had to say the best player I ever played with, man, TTK. Like, that's probably the best player I ever played with, to be honest, man, because when I tell you he was the best quarterback in the league year after year for us, then would play offensive line some years, and he was always, like, to me, he probably was better than me because he was more athletic than me. Like, I'm more of an offensive guard. You're more, like, TTK is more of an offensive tackle, but even if people said I was better than TTK, he was the second best offensive guard. But then when it comes to defense, man, Nick played linebacker, got picks at linebacker, shut down stuff at linebacker. There was a couple games we played TTK at corner, shutting niggas down the corner. There was a game we played him at safety, doing his thing at safety, got a pick. Then we put him at defensive end and just killing it, man. Like, probably just the best overall player, man. Like, people don't understand how talented you are, TTK, man. Like, and I'm not saying that because you're my brother. I'm saying that because I got to see all of this firsthand. And just like in closing with this, like we're talking about, and understand this, we're talking about somebody who in baseball could get 3 hits in a game. And then if you remember this, because we all went to school together, we in class, and what did they say one day, They said, hey, attention, y'all. We had something that's never happened before in Hempstead high school history. The first ever no-hitter was thrown by TTK. Like, when we talk about just talent, hey, man, just straight talent right there, man. Like, so, yeah, for sure, I'm definitely, you be number one for me, man. You be number one for me. I don't know if you remember that, but, yeah, they did say that. C's and TTK, before we close it out, what is the thing that you're going to miss most about playing with your respective sports?
Shoot. With football, man, it was just, I say it's a little bit of adrenaline rush. And then with basketball, man, it was like, it didn't matter where you went to. I remember, man, going to the gym when I was in Germany, man, and just playing pickup games. It was like some teenagers, bro, ran back like 3 games. I was like, nah, y'all got it, man. At the 3 games, that 4th game, I'm like, y'all got it. It's all you. And then, spending time with friends, man, some good times. A lot of hot days, man. A lot of hot days. And it just kind of just shows you, man, like competition is good. It's just fun, man. It was a good time to get together, do something,
For me, man, the camaraderie, man. Being with everyone, laughing and joking, playing, the inside jokes. Man, I remember watching Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday is probably like, if not my number 1 sports movie all time, it's probably number 2. For many reasons. But there was a line, and this is what I love about music. This is what I love about movies, entertainment. There are things that you can hear when you're younger. They don't hit the same as you get older. Sometimes it hits less, sometimes it hits more. Al Pacino character was talking to Jamie Foxx character. And he said, I was talking to an old quarterback, a legend of the game. And I asked him, what's the most he's going to miss? And, as somebody that was in, middle school at the time the movie came out, I didn't understand it. And then when I got to high school, I was like, okay, cool. But I understand it now. He said, the most I'm going to miss, and I agree with this, is being in the huddle with the other 10 guys, looking at the end zone with the same goal in mind. I can't really explain unless you done played like organized football, that feeling of we all got one goal in mind and how are we going to achieve it, and we all have to do our job. It's a special feeling just looking down at the field and realizing we got 50, 60, 70, 80, sometimes 90 yards to go, and we got to try to find a way to accomplish it together, and knowing that your brothers depend on you, and you depend on your brothers. That's an amazing feeling right there, man. It makes you not want to let them down. It makes you want to work harder, man. So that's something that I definitely, in terms of like what I miss the most about playing, is I miss that togetherness and us all in it together with one single goal in mind.
You basically said everything I was thinking. Like it's just like the locker room, the bus rides, the practices. Even though at the moment when you practice, you don't really
Hate that shit.
you hate it, man. But then once you stop playing the game, you miss it. Like you miss everything that you hate about the sports or about the events that you go to. It's just like it's just the friendship, the bond you get for, especially like since even like when we won the championship with the Super Bowl, like we feel like everybody who on that team, we feel like we bonded for life. Like no matter if they hit us up, we got them. Like we know we gonna. They ask us for something, we got them. Just even with people we face, we might see opponents that we see out, at the store or something.
Just
We
in the real
always
world.
going to chop it up. They all gonna say, "Hey man, what's up, man?" They gonna ask because it's a we all have something in common. We all play something. We all have the same competitiveness. And they, like I said at the beginning of the show, they know your characteristics just by how you play. They can know your personality by how you play. And I think like that's the one thing you miss is that it's more easy to bond with people, more easy to make friends, more easy to connect. Like you have something in common. Everybody have a common goal, and everybody just want to win. Everybody want to have fun. And that basically, when you stop playing, it's like now, like life just hit you. Like now you don't got nothing to let out or to vent or an outlet or something. So I think that's like what the main thing is. Like you kind of make you kind of realize like you grown now, you grown up. Like now you got to face everything head on.
Yeah, man. Closing thoughts, C's.
I mean, sports is like a global unifier, man. Even if you don't necessarily like the sport, sometimes you just like the atmosphere. You can go around, been to many bars and places and sporting events. Usually, what's on, man? It's one of them great unifiers. I remember just going up in shops, seeing somebody watch a baseball game or cricket game or soccer, whatever, basketball. So I mean, it's one of those great things, man. And then like being an athlete, man, it's a dedication, man. Shout out to I want to say his name's Steve Johnson or something Johnson, man. Noah Lyles was on Cam Newton's podcast, and he was basically saying how he didn't want to do the Diamond League, but like if you're a track fan, check out the Diamond League. It's the first Grand Slam where they're actually paying play track stars, track runners, participants directly. Like so, if you win, they're paying you off rip rather than wait. Like oh, you win an event and then you get your money on the back end like weeks or months later or during the season. They literally like Tia Jones is running. What's Shorty's name? McLaughlin. Pretty much the all star cast of U.S. tracks is running it. I mean, maybe you got like I know Shakira's not running it. I think she ran one, but all the other ones, like pretty much name of Tia Jones, McLaughlin, I can't think of Shorty's name, Alexis Holmes, all of them are running it. And then on the men's side, I don't really watch men's too much, but it's a couple of guys on that side doing their thing, man. But it's a lot of ways to get money, NIL deals, sponsorships. There's different leagues. People are trying to do different things, man. There's like Canadian League, arena football. There's so many different outlets, man. So it's a way of life, man.
Yeah, like C's was saying, like man, sports is like a connecting point in life. Like, we go to like barbershops and, you go just talk to your barber about what happened last night on the game. And, you can bond with that. You can just meet somebody at work, like Vertsie said, and you could end up bonding with them about that. I mean, sports is just like, I ain't gonna say a key factor in life, but it's basically in some people's lives, it's a engine that keep them going. But some people can't live without sports. Some people can't do nothing, or can't even take one season out of for sports. They start watching golf because they addicted.
Me? I literally start watching the Masters and all these different PGA tours.
For example, with us, man, we have our own fantasy football league. So we doing fantasy the WNBA. I know damn well all these people don't watch all the WNBA, but we got a fantasy WNBA league.
Gotta support them hoes.
Well, yeah, we support them, man, but you know, y'all gotta play better. We support y'all gotta at least make some layups.
It's only one person you talking about, nigga.
I can't. I'll say these people like Sue out here. I can't even say names. I'm just saying, man.
Y'all hoes gotta stop being injured, man. Paige, Caitlin, y'all gotta come back. Y'all can't just be hurt, nigga. Niggas need y'all. Yes.
Oh damn. You already? Damn, man. But
Natasha Cloud from the Liberty balling right now. So I'll say that.
She on your team? She might be
Nah. I just seen a lot of her stuff lately. It's been popping up. The Liberty, the best team out right now. And
I had it on my prize pit. Shout out to prize pit. I had it on one of my prize pit bets. She got me some money. Yeah, man. But you know, I think I said mostly everything I need to say. I mean, throughout the whole podcast about sports, man, you don't understand right now, then hey, you need to go back to school.
Yeah, man. I'm just appreciative that my brother TTK could hop on the pod and we could reminisce about some stuff, man. For those who enjoy this episode, you know, I hope that in the future, me, TTK, and T's can have more episodes like this because there's more stories from our flag football careers, our high school football careers, our backyard careers playing that we got to tell y'all, man. So if y'all like this, please interact with it. You know, comment, you know, and let us know, like, do y'all want to hear more of these stories? Because we definitely got more of them, man. I know this was a longer episode, man, but I had fun doing it with C's and TTK. It was definitely fun reminiscing about some of the stuff. And, you know, to me, sports is a big part of my life. Sports really has changed my life in so many different aspects, to my mentality, to my growth, to my development, you know. So I would advise anybody who have kids, hey, try to get them into some type of sport. I don't care if it's golf, swimming, hockey, soccer, football, tennis.
Let's not forget martial arts is a sport, bodybuilding is a sport.
Yeah, any sport. Like, get your kids in a sport, because I feel like sports have so many life lessons to teach people, and I feel like it can benefit your kids in so many different ways, man. In the words of Ed being Rakim, peace.
Mr. DJ Rose, Vertsie and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.